Hello everyone, welcome to MinusOneCHarisma. We are the second best Dungeons & Dragons stream on the entire internet. Thank you so much for being with us. We are continuing our Aventide campaign with these these goofy people, where I'm going to murder everyone. We were in a quite capricious situation last we left off.
Me.
Yeah, it's like, God.
Too mad.
Oh, yeah.
What?
That's
Using
great.
a plate? What? A plate?
There's
Hey,
something
here
happening.
we go.
Oh,
Today is
birthday.
one of our esteemed
happy
players,
birthday.
Kelwise's birthday. So we are going to we're gonna sing real quickly.
21.
No. Again.
3, 2, 1.
God.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jason Kelwise. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, it's not empty.
Wow.
And many more.
That's great.
I
You know, I
just-
learned over the
everyone.
last year.
That was lovely.
Happy birthday.
How about, instead of these spiders that are coming out of my mouth, we will instead play some D&D. And maybe we'll kill Jason in the process for his birthday.
Can we vote?
We don't know.
Can we vote on it?
Yeah, wait. Is this
Hands up for something that's not
We're gonna
D&D.
go to the
Okay,
intro.
go.
We'll be back in a second.
Information. Every battle is won or lost on information alone. It may take heroics to act on that information, but without it, and without it being correct, there is no path to victory. These were the words of my commanding officer that rained down on us daily in my first tour with the Commission. Every day, all day, over and over again. Information wins battles. Get the facts. Get them right, and then you fight. It's a hard lesson to learn, especially for those that joined up for the rush of cracking heads and doling out punishment. Those jackals got sent to the labor lines to pull manual long before their inability to think could get in the way of the rest of us learning and internalizing the lesson. And with the fools out of the way, the lesson started in earnest. With blood on sword blade and daggers in ribs, with shields ringing like the 1,000 drums of Amber Night when the children would scare the devils out of the city by banging drums and singing the marching songs of the old war against the elves. Swords on shields, drums in the night, echoing down the crow-strewn streets. It was a common practice to have the least senior member of the unit devise the first plan of attack in any situation. That way, the unit leader could grab hold of all the heirs and tear them to shreds before it was put into action. The next plan would come from the next senior member. Tear and repeat, over and over, all the way to the unit leader. It was planning and replanning at breakneck speed, often in the middle of combat. Those that could learn, learned quickly, and the rest were left to await orders. It selected for quick minds and ruthless logic, and most importantly, well, it worked. The leaders that came out of that first tour were experts at devising and executing, all while countering what the enemy would also be planning. Those were good days, surrounded by good men. Felt like we were doing good, that we were weapons being sharpened for the city, for the good of the city, and for the good of the people. Doesn't take much to make a man feel his own worth, if he knows where to look, and those days pointed the way. Our losses were few, but dearly felt. And there's no incentive to improve better than that of lowering a friend below the earth because they died executing a plan that you designed. I'll leave you with the prayer we would recite before sleep took us in our racks. Know your enemy, their position, number, and strength, their ability, their weakness, their blind spots, and the color of their ass, so you know when they're running. Know yourself, your position, number, and strength, your ability, your weakness, and the color of the curtain that lowers over your eyes when the planning is over and the slaughter begins.
All right.
Right on your head.
Above you, the sounds of war and chaos rage as the spiritual warriors, once the proud protectors of Odd-Garad, rage against that barrier as the archivist holds it up above you in place. At the same time, a panicked wind rushes by each of you as the screams of this woman echo throughout the area. The sounds also of insectoid creatures flying, crawling, floating, each determined to serve their master, washing out all of the thoughts from your mind. A golden shadow in the form of an armored knight looms over the petite frame of that beautifully brilliant colored woman, the shimmering metallic greens, blues, reds, and yellows. And you can see tears continually flowing from her eyes, her face, perfect picture of sorrow. And whoosh, the shadow emanating from her cloak creeps up and starts to wrap around her, suffocating and smothering her into submission. His voice booms out, "Do not test me, girl," as you see her finger slowly rising, bending back, as she starts to try and scream, and then snap! You see her finger crack. She tries to scream, but it's being choked out by the shadow. Her body trembling, tears flowing, and then you see something, her face, her eyes lose any kind of color, and her face goes slack as a look of resignation washes over her, and like a mannequin, her body floats over to that crystal that she had been using as a focus. It was once her tomb holding her, and she starts to chant and continues to chant that spell, that aura that she was pulling out these beasts from. And that's where we left off last time. Right here. As all of you, in dire straits with her here, she had that shield-like insectoid next to her. Dresden was dive-bombing around, trying to make it onto the platform without falling off the edge. This beast had just exploded out of a pupa form that had beat with like a savage kind of rhythmic form, we'll say. Trust, you were inside the temple shooting these floating goblets, spheres, almost like water balloons
acid.
full of acid that just float back and forth nimbly. Melissa, Cornelia had just landed on this platform, pulled out her bow and started to shoot as those grubby insects started running back. We have Thargan here floating towards the battle, and Jason, you had landed Kelwise right over here on the edge, firing arrows as well with Fitz. I believe I skipped Bobby's turn. Bobby over here as Rezik. I skipped his turn last time, so we're going to start with his turn. And we also have
That's pretty on brand, though.
our
That's
buddy
all right.
down here.
Do I also still get a bonus action as well?
A bonus
after
action?
Rizik? Just to move a little bit. I think I only took a movement and action, but maybe I'm wrong. But we'll do it next time. It's fine. I just was scared of those.
Waited a whole week
Thank
for
you
this
for-
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was hoping that would get it for me. I'm just like eyeballing how close those guys are right there. I'm like, whoa. But that's cool. I'll be fine. Rezik, take it away.
Rezik, you see all this battle unfolding around you. New beasts every couple of seconds shooting out of this crystal this woman is chanting around. And you had already tried shooting magic missiles once, and with a quick snap of her fingers, that barrier, the shield, had popped up. What are you doing now?
Yeah, so I've been seeing that, like, you know, I've been doing my best to kind of take out these summoned creatures, but they just keep kind of popping up, like, more and more every round, so I'm not having a huge effect so far. I've been basically kind of running over to the bridge. I'm going to keep running towards the edge of the bridge there, and as I'm running, it's going to kind of like, as I'm seeing all this stuff in the middle happening, just yell to the group, like, we must free that woman from that, whatever that is, the shadow or cape or brooch, I don't know. And I'm going to keep just running, and I'm going to cast as I go. I'm going to like throw down some like arcane paint on the ground and jump into it and jump out the other side onto the bridge using Misty Step.
I do believe you had a
No, I did
wildling
not.
on your shoulders, didn't you? No, you didn't?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Well then, you...
He knows better than to trust those terrible, terrible animals.
They're my favorite. So you run over here, and the paint drips onto the floor, and you fall into it and pop back up right around here, I believe. Let's see where 30 feet is.
Yep. And then
Yeah,
I
about
am going
30 feet.
to look down the way and see that my friend Cornelia has two beasts right next to her, and I'm gonna say Incento, and I'm gonna make a glob of fire in my hand and toss it directly at one of the monsters right there.
Okay,
I'll do the one on the right side.
the one on the right side. Roll an attack.
Okay. That is a 15.
15. That hits. These things aren't
Great,
moving
okay.
fast. They don't seem incredibly threatening on their own, but they do have mandibles and claws. So it's not exactly a cakewalk, as you will.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, so that is 7.
7 points of damage. You burn this thing. Oh, why is that 13? You do 7 points of damage. Burning this thing, it hisses and it almost chitters as its claws and mandibles start to vibrate back and forth in this shrill manner. It still seems to be on its legs, though. You doing
All right,
anything
and
else? You still have a movement.
no, that's all I can. Oh, okay. Yeah, then I'll move a little bit further then, towards the creatures.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20.
Yeah,
You
I have a
kinda ran 20
plan,
feet.
but I'm too far away from it from the plan still. So I'm gonna keep moving.
Okay.
What do I
At
do?
the same time, Fitz running like a young man in his desperate throes of youth. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Starts running to aid Pup. Rapier drawn. He still had a wildling on his shoulders, and so that wildling will pop off right there. So that takes us... Boom. Boom. Trust. You see these things floating in, coming closer. What do you do?
Okay, so there's 4 of them. The other one I already destroyed. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. How close are they to me? Sorry, I can't. How many technically
Yeah.
feet away from me are they?
They're about 30 feet, 40 feet, 35, 45.
Okay, can I run up next to Pup?
Sure. So Trust comes barreling out of this place, down the stairs very quickly with her short legs.
What would a 15-foot cone in front of me look like on the map?
A 15-foot cone
Mm-hmm.
would look like...
it's a cube in front of me. Sorry, not a cone.
A cube is like a 3x3 square. Essentially.
So,
Yeah.
is there
It would
any way
be-
I could get more than one of those in that cube, or is it only going to be one? Are they too
Well,
far
does it
apart
originate
each
from
other?
yourself, or does it originate somewhere else?
From me.
So it would be either here. It's basically anywhere. If you could stick, this line has to be touching you, but no,
Got
not
it.
really. Only one of them.
Okay. Well then, let's see. I guess I'm gonna try and shoot my new crossbow.
Okay.
Is there
So
a way
Trust
that I can
Flips
angle
out a
it so
small
that I
crossbow.
the ones I guess more in front of Pup? Is there a way for me to try and shoot it so that these things are made of glass, right? If I shot it right, I could potentially go through too.
Well, they
based
are
off the
floating
angle?
in the air, so you're lower than them. It would be very hard to do.
Ah. Okay, well then I'll shoot
But
the one that's
how about
closest
this?
to me.
You could roll with double disadvantage to try and jump up into the air to get an angle to shoot
No.
both of them at the same time.
No. Do I have enough movement to crawl onto Pup's shoulders?
Yeah, roll a athletics check to climb up onto Pup's shoulders. You yell out to Pup, obviously, so they know
Am
you're
I?
coming.
No.
Pup and I are on like we're on a friendship level that
Yeah.
We're on a friendship level. I see.
yeah,
It-
we
it
have
extends
adventure
beyond
time, we
coins.
have inside jokes, we look out for each other.
Okay.
True.
Makes sense.
That's true.
You climb on my back, I climb on yours. You know, classic.
I feel like Pup would totally be down for it.
Yeah.
Well, it's not gonna go great. I only rolled athletics or acrobatics.
Athletics.
It's a 7, so
A
that's
7.
probably great.
Yeah, so it's tough in the heat of battle and pulling out your
Yeah.
new crossbow, trying to do all
Yeah,
that at once.
it's
You
kind
kind of
of-
you kind of try and climb up Pup's back, but it's a tough feat. When
Yeah,
it's,
Pup's
especially
probably
when it's
distracted
unpracticed.
and
Well, it's also it's
wiggly.
not something you guys have practiced. Right,
Yeah,
like
it was good
practice
thinking,
that
though.
next time.
for acrobats,
Alright.
it's something that they've trained a long time for. But you still could shoot one if you'd like.
I'm gonna shoot at one, and I don't know. In my ideal world, it knocks into another one, but you know.
I saw a movie like that once.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
terrible.
possible. Oh.
Why does the crossbow say 30 feet or 120 feet? In what?
So
when is
past
it 30 feet?
Disadvantage
30.
to the second distance.
So past 30
Wait.
feet, you get disadvantage on the attacks, but it can shoot
Out
up
to
to
120.
120.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
We went over
So
this
roll,
once
roll,
briefly.
Roll to hit.
Roll to
I'm
attack.
assuming roll-
Yeah. It should be your dexterity plus 2. Your dexterity modifier plus 2.
Times 2.
Yeah. My dex plus 2?
Don't do that.
Yes.
That was 2
that
plus
makes
2.
sense. 3. Yes, it says plus 3 next to the crossbow.
Okay.
Come on. Please be nice to me.
James's face.
So scared. It's an 8.
So much.
Roll.
So
You
much
see
wind up.
how many times I shook that? I rolled a 5 again.
Hey, where did you get those the die
Bobby!
you just rolled?
They're from Bobby.
Bobby dies.
I'm so sorry.
Damn it,
You
Bobby.
pull out your new hand crossbow, Daye, and you fling it into your hand with a certain sense of panache, and you
Yeah.
shoot, and the bolt goes a little wide.
Yeah.
A
Can
warning
I
shot.
just briefly glance over at Possessed Lady and look at the cape? Does the cape look like it has a soul that could be sucked out of it?
You're not getting any sense that this soul is
Just nibble.
accessible to you. And not only that, this
Listen.
soul, this thing looks like it looks very, very dangerous to the point where if you tried to, it might suck your soul out. Is kind of the feeling you get.
Bet.
This thing is, it's something you could try, but you have no.
I know. I was just thinking because Cullen's talking or Dresden's talking cape has a soul in it, so I was trying to draw a parallel, but we're good. Just wondered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's put the talking cape
not
on the
off
other
the
cape.
table. It's not off the table.
Let the
Daye.
capes battle it out.
You don't know for sure. You might be able to suck the soul of whatever this thing is out, but
All right.
it doesn't
just have to
feel like
use it first.
it doesn't feel like that same sort of when you have been with somebody and they have opened up to you in that way. You see their veins pulsing, and it's like there's a certain sense of very intense intimacy between you whenever that kind of occurs. And in this setting, it just doesn't seem to have that same
I mean, it
effect.
have to be one hell of a power ballad.
Yes, absolutely. At the same time, you start to hear as these little balls of green moving almost like jellyfish. All of a sudden, you see they rear up, arms out. There's a small maw with teeth made to clamp on. Daye, one comes streaming straight towards you, tries to latch onto you and grab you.
Wow. That's not great.
It's new.
Ooh, and it just
Damn it! I
grabs
already used
onto
my
you,
hellish rebuke.
and you start to hear it vibrate and vibrate. That chamber inside of it just stretching with some kind of energy, almost like electricity, until kaboom! This acid explodes all around you.
Okay.
And Pup, both of you guys, well, Pup needs to roll a save, which I'll roll. Where is my other die?
If we could get some other friends in this general area, that'd be toit.
Yeah.
Daye, you take 9 points of acid damage. And I'll roll for Pup. Pup saves and takes 4 points of acid damage as this thing just explodes on top of
I'm
you.
almost dead, guys.
The second one
Great.
takes that opportunity to try and breeze through, brushing past Pup. Pup would get an attack of opportunity.
Man.
5 there, and then this
Did
one.
you see how I stopped that one with my face? High fives.
Here.
That was good.
Yeah.
Who wants?
The finesse.
Pup takes that new metal rod, sparkling with electricity, and like a baseball bat, tries to swat this thing, and hits. It explodes with this electricity and acid.
Hey, it works.
Goes exploding
Nice.
all over you guys. Daye, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Hey, look at that. Look on the map.
And
They're
Pup-
all in a 15-foot cube now.
Hey.
I'm not gonna have
Yeah, but if you
fight
hit them, they explode with acid. So
True.
not super awesome.
We're gonna have a boot camp about holding actions.
Dex is +3, so that's 15.
A 15.
whole
You
bunch of
save.
waiting.
You take 7. Both Pup and Daye take 7 points of acid damage
I'm done.
as this thing just like a wave splashes over them.
7.
Who else is over there?
I had 2 points of health left.
Sweet.
Fitz is coming. Don't worry.
Oh,
Of
oh
course.
good.
Fitz
Fitz
is
is
always
coming.
What's next to Fitz?
At the same
are
time,
those
you
stupid
hear-
wildlings?
You start to hear the ground shake. Those platforms you're standing on, and you hear coo, 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 as these 8, 10, 12 legs of this big creature on the right makes it to about there, just coming after you. This thing just has this yellowish ichor looking thick acid just streaming out of its mouth. It's a different colored acid, but it still looks like it's burning, melting the very ground it walks upon. These grubs, one sees you, Rezik. You shot a fireball in its direction, screaming, runs up to you. The other running up to Cornelia. Both of them take these mandibles and lash out at you. Rezik, you easily dodge out of the way. This thing, you seem to have burned whatever sensory glands it uses. It goes wide. And Cornelia, you, being small, you nimbly dodge out of the way as this thing tries to hit you. But those claws hit together with a force that you feel could do massive damage if it caught you off guard. That happens. Thargan flies over, holding that sword with his battered, beaten body. Tries to strike that one hitting you. And he hits.
Yes! Come on.
He brings his sword up with two hands and you hear a loud tang as his sword cuts through the beast's head and hits the ground. Hits the stone earth beneath. Severing this thing's seeming life force.
You make up for your mistakes.
Whose turn is it now? And then he floats. He has a little bit of movement left. He's moving slow still. He floats over to try and assist Cornelia. At the same time, Kelwise.
That platform that's in the center, what's the radius of that platform? Is it over
The
10
radius
feet?
of the
The
platform
radius.
is about 20 feet. It's about 15
gosh.
to 20 feet. Yeah.
Okay. And question about the boomstick. It has knockback. You said it's a 10-foot knockback, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Straight back
and
away from you.
does that automatically get applied if you hit, or is that like you roll for how much knockback
They get a
there is?
strength. No. They get a strength save against
Okay.
your attack.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna try it. I think I want to use the wildling on my back to try to fly to the center platform, and I would want to pull out my boomstick, and I'm gonna try to like get behind, the creatures in the center platform, so that you know, sneakily, right?
So that thing with the mask, the little wildling, like we're ready to go. Jumps back
Yeah.
onto your shoulders.
I
You
point the
grab onto its
direction.
legs.
I point
Yeah.
the direction, and we talk about like ailerons and how we're gonna like if I lean right, we're gonna go right. If I lean left, we're gonna go left. We have a discussion. It's real
Okay.
quick. It's with our
Yeah.
eyes.
And all right, you're gonna run and jump.
all right here.
Roll an acrobatics check to try and steer this thing.
They get it.
Oh my god! I've never done that. I just rolled 2 20s on an advantage check.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I rolled a 16.
A 16. Jason, similarly to what Cullen experienced, Kelwise backs up, jumps. At the same time, the wildling pulls its cape out, and a gust of wind catches you at that perfect moment, and like a NASA rocket leaving the atmosphere, you find yourselves above the tree line. Gelatinous creatures seeming to stare back at you. They don't have faces. These giant floating flagella connected to these mushroom cap bodies of these jellyfish, just kind of floating, turning, almost gliding towards you. You find yourself close to 100 feet in the air. And you were going to go straight towards them. So you find yourself 100 feet in the air and you glide over towards the platform. You're still way, way, way up though. And then you start to float down about 30 feet. You have 70 feet to go, but those things kind of moving towards you. And from up here, you can see all around you above the tree line, that dome keeping the ancestral warriors out. There's not dozens, there's hundreds of them all around the island, just smashing, beating their bodies, beating their shields, axes, swords, spears, all trying to penetrate this barrier. And you see the barrier itself, giant, like shockwaves of energy, echoing throughout the top of that dome. You find yourself about 70 feet above everybody else. Do you want to do anything while you're up here?
Can we talk about this hopeless situation some more? There's hundreds of people outside of this dome now?
It seems like there's hundreds of those spiritual warriors just smashing against this dome that the Archivist is holding above you.
Okay. How does the Archivist look from my vantage point? Is he like tired?
It would be very hard to see. You're miles away. You can kind of see the direction that those ruins would be in, but the canopy cover would pretty much block your line of sight.
Okay. And the things that are flying in the air, the soul-sucking guys, those are within the dome?
Thing.
Yeah.
The jellyfish, yeah. They seem to be just over the tree line. They've just been always floating above the tree line, wisping back and forth.
And how many of them are there, do I see?
There's maybe a half dozen of them.
Huge. Do they look hungry?
Hard to tell. It's like, do jellyfish ever look hungry? You usually can't tell unless it's already too late.
And so then clarify for me, underneath us, there's not tree coverage. It's below us, but basically we're in a clearing.
Yes,
this entire area is in a clearing. Yes. So theoretically, these jellyfish creatures could attack someone.
They theoretically could just come straight down and grab somebody, but it doesn't seem like they go below the tree line. It doesn't look like any of them are floating lower, but that's for now. I mean, you've never seen any of them. When you came here earlier, you could see a couple of them, but none of them had come down to grab you. But now that you're up in the air, and their arms are like 30, 35 feet long, each one, just long flagellas.
Okay. Well, I'm going to keep them in mind. I'm going to yell something to everyone about the hundreds and hundreds of people outside of the dome and how, take note of that. Hundreds of them now. And I'm going to gently float down on top of these creatures in the center platform with the gun pointed down.
Okay.
And I would like to hold an action.
All right. Holding an action with your fire stock?
With the boomstick. Yep, with the fire stock.
Okay. All right. Cool. So you have the gun ready, holding on to the wildling. You got your gun ready, pointed at this grouping of people down here below you. Pup's got kunai. They.
Hey?
Gosh, it's hard. It's hard for me. Pup pulls out 2 kunai and throws them at these giant balls of green goo flying about here, and both of them seem to miss as they just go wide. These things are hard to hit because they're floating back and forth. Unfortunately, Pup has Flurry of Blows, right? Which would have added one more attack. So Pup would use Flurry of Blows, throws one more kunai, and that one actually hits, dealing some amount of damage. Well, Pup used the bonus action to throw a second one. It's like a bonus action. It gives you an extra 2 attacks. So it would be 3 instead of 2.
Then she wouldn't be able to. Yeah, she wouldn't be able to do it at all. I think.
Yeah. All right. I messed up. I should have said Flurry of Blows beforehand. So Pup throws this kunai. It pierces through this goblet type thing floating around, and acid everywhere. Fortunately, Daye, you and Trust and Pup are far enough away right now that it doesn't hit any of you, but it also hits the other one around it. That acid falls on the one next to it.
It would.
And boom, that other one explodes. This one unfortunately, Daye is right on the cusp. Roll a dexterity saving throw. You're just right on the edge of this thing's radius.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Isn't Trust unconscious?
Even though she's conscious, yeah.
Yeah, I'm on Conchi.
Oh, I thought you had 2 health left.
No, bro, I had 2 before the 7 hit me, my friend.
Yeah, that's only 13 hit points. Are you sure? That's
I only have like 15 hit points, and I was already 2 down when we started today. Because someone thought this battle was ripe for level 3.
Trust, you take 1 death failure from the acid as it splashes onto your body.
Right.
Sick.
And as that happens,
Super-dupe.
you see that woman raises her hands into the air, and 2 more of those viscous looking creatures poof, poof, pop out of the air. Dresden, you are floating down right now. Your movement, you can
Right.
pretty much land anywhere you want, but you're going to
Can I
land.
go,
And
can
then
I land back in Agarad? Is that an option?
Like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Okay. First question: giant claw thing that's bearing down on Trust and Pup. How heavy does that thing look?
It looks very heavy, to the point where it's shaking the walkway as it moves.
And the walkway hasn't given out.
The walkway hasn't given out. No.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like it's going to. It's just rattling. You see like the stones and dirt like disturbed all over.
super dupe. Okay. Well, that means probably running into it probably wouldn't knock it off the thing if I flew into it.
It looks heavy enough that it would be very hard for you to knock it
Yeah.
off.
Yeah,
and it's
okay.
and it's low too. It's got many legs, as I said. It's got 10, 12 legs, and it's low to the ground as it moves.
Good God. Okay. Well, Pup's there, right? Pup didn't do anything to stabilize
Pop
Trust.
through all those knives
You know,
at the things that were
Alright.
going to explode.
interesting decision.
Yeah.
Always an interesting
Doesn't sound
decision.
Like doesn't sound like
Sounds like
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
actually don't know. It could go either way.
Okay. Well, then I guess I'll look at Kelwise, and I'm also flying, and I'll be like, "Whoa, you seem to have this in hand," and I'll try and beeline it over to Trust.
Okay. Yeah, and you can land pretty much anywhere within a 60-foot radius because you're moving pretty fast. So you're just gonna land right there. So
Yeah,
Dresden,
if I
you
can.
land right next to Trust's body, burned, covered in acid. Horns
yeah.
discolored. That orange flesh is now a bright red pink, as you see just holes all over her skin.
Sweet God. Okay. I'd like to use my healer's kit on her.
Okay. Roll a medicine check.
Sorry, I changed my plans halfway through because of that.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
here we are. Healer, medicinal. Ooh, that's not
Ooh.
fantastic. That's not great.
No, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, that's only a 7.
A 7.
That's just that's a straight medicine check, right?
You get advantage, right? Because yeah, you have advantage. We ruled that you had advantage
Okay.
with the
Well, then let's
check
let's try one more because of the
because
feat.
it usually by raw it just works, and we were like, no, we're gonna make you roll.
Yeah. That's fair. Okay, well that one's a natural 20.
Not enough. Not enough. Just kidding. Trust you get almost what feels like a defibrillator as Dresden just runs over, takes something, and just punches life back into you, while also
Yeah.
covering you up with
Is he
healing.
actually
some,
punching me right
some
now?
sort of, I don't know if it's atropine. I don't know if it's pure speed. We don't
Maybe
know.
I'm just punching you, just really fucking hard, right in the chest.
Spits core
Yeah.
into your gut.
Yeah.
Pops
so
up his
easy.
Trust.
cord.
Trust you.
Yeah.
You awaken. You take one level of exhaustion as you feel yourself
You get
burning.
9 hit points plus however many the maximum hit die you have is.
My max.
So you're level 3?
Yeah.
So you get 3 on top of that. So 9,
Okay,
so
so
12 hit points.
12.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'm back.
Trust, you're feeling pretty good. Whatever
How do
Dresden
how does
hit
that
you
work
with.
the exhaustion again? How does that
you have disadvantage on ability checks. So anytime you roll a skill check, you have disadvantage on it now.
Jeez.
Okay.
Shouldn't affect battles too much though, so that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it affects acrobatics. So if you do jump in the air, your steering's
All
gonna
right,
be
all right. I'm done jumping.
I'm just trying to give you examples of times in this battle where it might not go great.
Yeah.
All right.
Battle's
At
already
which
not going
point?
great. So.
At which point I'll stand up, turn around, and just sort of bamf that the herniax into my hands and just kind of like, oh god, I face that
Yeah, and
huge crab thing.
That thing looks at you and it starts barreling straight for you, Dresden. At the same time, you see that mage. She turns.
Ooh.
Cornelia.
Suspense.
Oh,
No, it's like she could tell.
not it.
Cornelia, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Ah. 5.
A 5. That woman, you look over your shoulder, she reaches a hand out to you, and all of a sudden, your vision goes with it, and you're just draped in darkness, completely blind. You can hear everything around you, but you can't see anything. As she just holds, it's like she holds a sheet over your eyes, made of pure darkness. And at the same time, she calls another one of those shields to her side. Pops up right over there. And Cornelia, it's now your turn. You hear that creature in front of you snapping and going crazy, but you can't see it.
Is there... Oh, I wouldn't know that. Damn it. Would there be a chance that I would know if there was room to run around? Because I saw Thargan behind him. If I can do a disengage and go that way, what would that be possible?
Your movement would be halved, and you'd be holding on. It would be hard to disengage right now. You could try it, but it would require an acrobatics check.
Okay. I think I'm
But
going to try
you
that.
have that. Well, okay, yeah. So roll an acrobatics check, and you disengage and go dashing past to try and get to Thargan.
I wonder if I should have... None of these have been killed yet, huh? Just the acid ones? Oh, these have been
No,
killed.
one of these
huh?
killed. Thargan cut one of its heads off,
Ooh.
and nothing seemed to explode out of them.
All right, I'm actually going to try... If I can, I'm going to try to attack him and cast a Booming Blade and then try to do a bonus disengage and just, like, back up. Like,
So you
10
cast
feet, however
Booming
much as
Blade?
I can. Yeah.
Okay, roll an attack
Yeah, come on.
with disadvantage because you're blinded.
Got this.
Damn. Ooh, okay, so so dirty 20 with disadvantage.
Oh wow. Okay, that hits. Roll damage.
I'm freaking out, man. So I.
So Cornelia, and in her blindness, lashes out, and you hear this thunderclap as you see waves of energy almost surround this creature. Ground almost unstable as its footing rocks back and forth. Would you roll for damage?
An 8?
8 damage?
Yes.
Okay. You hit. You feel that weapon take hold as you tear giant pieces out of this thing. You can't really tell, but you get to feel it as your knife takes purchase and scrapes along this beast. It still seems to be screaming at you. What was your disengage? What was your acrobatics for disengage?
And then, all right, yeah, and then I'm going to just try to roll away once I hear him kind of screeching. And I got a 16 on acrobatics.
Okay, yeah, and you managed to. It's you can only move at half speed, so you can only move a little bit, but you managed to tumble away and duck out of it, as that thing is wrapped in your thunderous. What is it called? Thunder.
Booming blade.
Booming blade. Yeah, it seems to be trapped within that vibrating energy, that sound energy that racked it. At that time, you hear. As this thing falls down over here and then turns into these things just turn into these mounds, and they start going these pupas, these egg-like creatures moving like that.
That doesn't happen.
This guy right here, screaming, rampaging, 10 legs, looks at you, Dresden, comes screaming towards you, and tries
Easy,
to,
big fella.
tries to bite
Easy.
you.
You skipped
What?
Isaac again.
Oh, I moved him on the wrong turn. He's supposed to be moved. He was supposed to move on the wrong turn. Yep.
Is he before me? I'll try to remember.
That whole
No,
cardboard box idea
no,
isn't
no.
working out, is it?
No, I moved him on.
Nope.
There's too many things. All right.
Fired.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Whose
10,
fault
11,
is that?
12.
That was your choice.
There's 13 different
You put this
pegs on
many
this
things
board.
on the board.
All right.
We're so sorry, James. We're so
Yes.
sorry for making all these things on the board.
I moved
Let's
him on the
remove some
wrong.
right
I
now.
moved him on the wrong turn, so I apologize.
Do I
Rezik,
get
everybody
another
gets one
bonus
hit point.
action?
Rezik,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
Okay. Also, that
boy.
round was over. Jason, did you have? Were you gonna shoot it at some point? Your gun, or
Oh,
were you just kind
Melissa.
of waiting for?
Roll a Constitution saving throw. By the way.
Oh.
I just held my action,
Oh. Okay.
but it's gonna happen.
5.
5? Okay, yeah, and you continue to be wrapped in this darkness as you feel yourself trying to fight away this force that's covering your eyes, but to no avail. Rezik, what is your...
Things are looking really bad. I'm gonna move as close as I can. I get just kind of move forward. I want to get 60 feet away from one of those the first shield insect thing, if possible.
Like right here?
Yes.
Right next to Thargan? Okay. So you run up here.
Yes, please. And they look like they're like living organic creatures, right? Like little insect guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just have these like thick carapaces in the front, almost just like their faces are just a giant shield.
Okay, so let's get a little weird here. I want to try something. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna plant my feet into the ground, put my fingers on my temple like this, and I'm gonna try to cast Phantasmal Force on that insect shield guardian.
Okay.
So they have to roll an intelligence saving throw, or intelligence check.
What's the DC?
The DC is 15.
15. It seems to take purchase. You reach out, and that phantasmal image you project into its mind seems to enrapture it. What does it see?
Okay, so it's going to see a very large, like, constrictor snake, kind of just like go up its master's body and then go around their throat and start choking them. And hopefully that kind of like defensive, like wanting to get the snake off of their body kind of kicks in, and they'll try to like reach up and grab at the brooch or cape or whatever and start pulling it off. Hopefully. That's what I'm kind of going for here. So
yeah. So you do that, and it lunges to try and protect its master using its reaction right away. Unfortunately, it lunges towards that brooch, and the knight on top takes his shield and just with an amazing amount of force, an amount of force that might kill a lesser being, just knocks it away. It did go for exactly what you were going for, maybe trying to block and intercede this snake attack, but it just cracks and it just smashes it. It hits it so hard that his shield breaks. It's almost like pure bone, and you just see it concave in as this thing's face just, and it falls down dead.
Yeah, glad I'm not fighting that guy.
Alrighty. Well, I tried something. All right, that's me.
I mean, you got a creature dead. It wasn't what you wanted, but something's dead.
It'll just come back.
Down. Oh.
Fits. 5, 10, 15,
Get it, Fitz.
20, 25, 30. Runs up to there. That's as far as he can run. Holding his rapier, holds an action to stab this thing as it is barreling towards the both of you. Trust, you're laying on the ground. You feel your body. You feel a sense that your whole body is on fire with this acid that's still kind of burning your flesh, but you also feel super energized with whatever pure adrenaline
like Jonah
that you
Hill
were
and
just
get him to the
hit
Greek?
with.
Don't
Yeah,
I
exactly.
have like resistance to fire though? So I'd be like,
Well, it's acid. It's acid damage.
Yeah, but you said it feels like fire.
It feels like your body is on fire.
But if my body was on fire, I'd be cool.
If your body was on fire, it would still hurt. It's not like you're immune to fire. It's not good to be on fire. It's just slightly less good for other people.
Like your opinion, man.
I'm gonna groan and look up, see Dresden, give him a wink, and get up.
Alright, welcome back.
Thank you. Right, I see this
Maybe block
spider
that door.
in front of me. Yeah. I'm gonna. What am I gonna? I'm gonna.
Don't worry, he's not bearing down on us. Just take your time.
I am. I was thinking about this while I was unconscious. And I'm gonna step in front of Dresden.
Yeah, that's dumb.
I know. Have you met Trust?
I'm
I'm gonna
Unfortunately.
step in front of Dresden and I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave at this thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
It rolls a
Come on.
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, 14.
Does the walkway roll a Constitution saving throw?
It
I'm not aiming
fails.
at the walkway. I'm aiming at its head.
I know, I'm just saying it's also there.
It fails. Roll damage. And then you knock it back 10 feet.
I knock it back 10 feet. And I get to roll D&D Beyond. Why do you hate me? Go away. Thank you.
It's
2d8.
16d20 damage.
This is my DA.
Watch your butts.
3.
Watch your
Oh, I
butts.
didn't. 3 plus 3 is 6. Sorry, I didn't say hold on to your butts.
Hold on
There
to
it
your
is.
butts.
I think we're all just assuming it can happen at any time.
Yeah.
Just like probably
should.
just full
You really
PTSD, like
should.
Our butts are fully clenched. All the
yeah.
time.
Clench those buttholes.
100%.
Yeah, it's 6 damage.
6 damage.
Yeah.
Again, that shock of thunder that you are all so accustomed to hearing shoots out. This thing thrown back, off,
You-
teetering skips and falls off the cliff down beneath you.
Yes. Go team!
Say what?
Cornelia,
Sorry,
go!
that was my coolest.
And then I would like to then, if I have, I would like to then like go back behind Dresden.
Okay, yeah, and you still have a bonus action if you'd like.
I don't have anything. I can't do anything.
You can give inspiration, can't you?
Oh, yeah, I can.
Just if you want to.
Wait, are you a bard? This whole time, who knew?
I forgot. Yeah, I'll give some inspiration to Dresden since he brought me back.
Okay.
No, one good turn deserves another.
And
right?
how
Nice
what
job.
is this? Explain to me how you are inspiring Dresden to fight harder, stand taller, be better.
Did I not do that with my wink when I woke up?
It
you
was
can
the wink.
inspire me by
Okay.
not ever pointing that at me. So how about that?
Okay, yeah. That was you know what I can do, but I'm not going to point it at you. Wink. I get it. All right.
Yeah.
That works out.
All right. What die is your level of inspiration these days?
Leave it to
1d6.
20.
D6.
D6. Thank you. Hold that in reserve.
Maybe like a D100.
20.
Yeah.
Those things move towards you.
Oh God.
2 more of them pop out of the ground. You start to hear. You start to hear an angry sound as that beast that you had hit with booming blade starts to run, and then this explosion of sound hits off. Roll damage on your booming blade. I believe it's a D8. Cornelia?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was totally on 7.
7 damage.
7 plus.
As you guys start, do you see this thing just go poof? This whole insect, just legs and all, explodes.
Oh. I wish I could have seen that.
Tiny's making damage.
Woo woo.
What did we decide we were? Tiny.
These things
we were the
float. How
Trust
far
the
did they
tiny
move?
crew.
Tiny crew.
10, 15,
Tiny
20.
crew.
Trust the
25, 30,
trust the tiny
35
crew
to there,
or tiny
to
trust
there.
and pup is a fun one.
Those things float by you guys. Dresden, they just start to float by you. It looks like they're not trying to go for you. They're trying to fly into that opening that they were sent into. Anything else? Anything else? Nope. That ends. Thargan lands, starts to run over to you, Cornelia. 20, 25, 30. With his lazy, the suit moves with him, but you still see in his eyes, he must be dizzy, still world spinning, trying to help out.
I don't
Tell
see
wise.
anything.
You're 70 feet above. You're dropping at about 30 feet around. What do you want to do?
Oh gosh, that's it. Just 30 feet around.
You can try.
There's no-
You can try and dive. It would be a check though. Because right now you're just kind of free floating using this
Yeah.
cape. But if you wanted to try and steer yourself downward, then catch yourself, like similar to how a falcon would drop from the sky, you could do
Yeah.
it. Theoretically, you could do it.
Would I be able to gauge if I were to do that, if I could fall roughly 50 feet and still maintain a 20-foot or so, aloofness?
You could try. Yeah, you could probably
Okay.
do it. It just there is a way to do it. It's just you've never done this before, so you have no point of reference on how much or how little to do.
I mean, I was married for 5 minutes. I think we're gonna
Okay.
try.
All right,
let's
roll an
try.
acrobatics check to try and dive 50 feet and catch yourself.
Come on, Bobby dice.
Come on.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a natural 1, but
No.
but
Oh, but you're
I get to
but you're
reroll this.
halfling luck. Wow.
Come on,
I hate
baby.
That's bullshit. I wanted to see a natural 1.
and that's a 19.
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
You kind of It's that feeling in your stomach, like going on a roller coaster, where it's just like, oh, you start to tip the direction this is not the way we're supposed to go, and you hear just a kind of, why, Titi, why, Titi, and you kind of, and then catch yourself, and you just hear on your back, as you headed straight down 1,000 feet a second, you just kind of catch yourself 20 feet. Yeah, no, that was maybe a little bit of hyperbole, but
Like 50 feet a second, roughly, maybe 30 feet a
but
second.
you do catch yourself 20 feet above this platform.
Yeah, awesome. I'm gonna shoot the gun at the guy in the center. I just want to.
Okay,
I want to blow
roll
him
an
away.
attack.
Come on,
All right, here we go.
baby, come on.
And I'm presuming my hunter's mark is still active from the
Hunter's
last
mark
time.
is still active, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
By the way, he didn't
So
know
we
he
had-
had this extra spell he could have had this whole time.
Yeah, it turns out I just didn't read very well. Okay. That's a dirty 21.
A dirty 21. You point. You shoot. And right as you do that, the shield-like creature jumps right into the way of the bolt.
Aw.
You nail it. Roll damage.
Dang it! Come on. We got this.
But still, because I didn't hit the guy that I was going for, that's only
God.
that's a 7.
7. So you hit this thing. You crack in its membrane and send it flying off the cliff as it tries to take purchase, but that force of the bullet barrels it off the cliff. Its body just shattered with a hole in the front of it, as if a pickaxe swinging against a stone wall. That happens. Kellwise, yeah, and you're 20 feet up in the air, just kind of floating there. That being, that knight floating a good 5 or 6 feet above that petite woman casting spear out, shield on, staring straight at you, Kellwise.
Yeah, do I have any more movement left? Probably not, huh?
No. Your movement was
Yeah.
the dive up.
Well, at least I'm still in the air.
Pup.
Get
Pup
inside
has
the
more
boat.
kunais.
There's always hold action boot camp, right? Hold action boot camp.
Yeah.
Pup's not a
it's-
hold action sort of character.
Does that thing look like it's within Pup's reach?
It is. It's floating basically right over their head.
But like,
But it would
Smash it.
explode. Explode
grab
with
it and throw it.
acid.
Like, oh wait.
oh yeah. Toss it, yeah.
All right.
I mean,
So
does that
Pup-
look like a thing
Pup's
that
gonna
could,
grab it.
could-
Well, it does latch onto you if you try and get too close. It has those tendrils. So try. Whew. I just rolled a nat 1. Pup jumps to grab this thing. It's
God.
slippery,
Running out of
it's
healers,
slimy. It grabs. It goes,
Why?
their hands slip right off of it, and it immediately turns. Those almost suction cup-like flagellin reach out. Those tentacles try to grab Pup. Pup dives underneath it, right as it scratches along the back of their fur, narrowly missing.
Oh, don't take it back. Bad idea.
Yeah, and Pup just kind of stands back up with the rest of their movement. Dresden, it's your turn.
Great.
Come on, Dresden.
How far is the gap to the main platform there?
It's like a 15-ish foot jump.
13.3 foot jump.
Well, that's the diagonal. So if you went straight down, it would be 17 from here. But if you're jumping diagonally to here, it would be...
Only 10.4. I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes. Yeah, I'm just going to. I still have jump, just pumping my legs full
Yeah.
of the tingly juice. I'm This is so dumb. I just look at everyone else that's here, like all of my friends that are about to die, and I'm like, all right, you got them. And I'm just going to try and jump over onto the main platform.
Okay, roll an athletics check with advantage.
Sure. 15.
A 15. Yeah, you managed to jump easily. Jump up. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You crash down onto the other side of the platform.
Super dupe. Is that all my movement, basically?
That was 30 feet from where you were.
Okay. Do I get reach with the Herniax?
You could throw the Herniax.
Oh yeah, I can just throw the Herniax. Yeah, why not? I don't think there's really anything else I can do. Can I hammer throw it though? Can I land and like do a couple spins? You know,
absolutely.
Really
There's no other way to throw the thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could try and go like that and just tear my rotator cuff brutally, like a javelin.
You know that. I'll
yeah,
leave that up to you.
I'll just start spinning around like a psycho. And there's no one else on the. Kelwise, you're still in the air, right?
20 feet up. Yeah.
Okay, great, sweet. You're probably safe. And then I'm just gonna fucking fire it at that individual that might be an innocent lady that wants to help us, but is currently bringing a power that doesn't want to help us. So,
you got to do what you got to do.
yeah. So, is that a disadvantage? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you gotta ask.
Ask.
You gotta ask. It's a 12?
12. You swing this thing, swing it at them. It's a little off, and the knight above her easily knocks it away with the shield.
You're lucky I got more of those.
And you still
Is
have
the
your
shield
bonus
broken
action.
right now, or it's still?
No,
it's still
the
working?
shield just deflected the axe off
Oh, I thought it
enough
broke,
to
sorry.
miss.
No, the shield
that was
thing was the crab thing that jumped that he meant.
The
that
crab
broke her,
things
right?
Oh.
with the shields on their faces, as faces, basically.
Yeah.
You still have your bonus action. Do you want to do anything?
Yeah, I guess I'll just bring the the Herniax right back to me, like, hey.
Yeah, and you call it back to you, and poof, another spin because it's still going, and you land back down, ready to go. At the same time, the woman standing there, casting, holds a hand up to you, Kelwise. Should have had this ready to go. I apologize.
I cover my eyes
Fired.
with my arm.
Okay. Reaches up to you and holds her hand out again, and then seems to draw back something as a bow made of green comes out at you. As you're floating down, right in the center of your chest, this bolt shoots out, acid exploding all over you. And this acid seems to penetrate your skin and almost explode from inside your chest.
Oh God.
It does 1 damage.
No, he's counting.
No, it's too much math going on right now for me.
This thing hits you, and because you're floating, you're just stopped, and because it pierces through your leather armor and hits inside of you, it explodes, and you take 16 points of acid damage.
Wow.
This thing just
Holy crap.
exploding, and the acid continues to drip down your body. It continues to burn you as you float down there. And at the same time, she looks at you, holds her hands up, and then shoo, shoo, 2 more of those shield-like creatures explode
Gosh.
on either side of her. Poof, poof. And they land.
Getting real tired of those things.
Cornelia, still in the dark, You heard that creature scream out as it exploded from your previous booming blade. Blind, you can almost hear that goof, 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 as the pupa behind you starts to beat more and more rapidly.
And those things break open and create those acid flying creatures.
Not the flying creatures.
what are
the
the
creatures with like the 10 or 20 legs that just
Okay.
Trust had knocked over the edge.
If I hear it, can I walk toward it?
Yeah.
And push it
You'd
off
have
the
to.
edge.
You'd have to dash. You can try and push it off the edge, but it had planted itself there like a thick mucus. Sure. So you use a dash because you blindly move using the wall. You feel this thing, and it's covered in this really thick, slimy, sticky kind of outlining, almost like a dried honey that's just moving back and forth. And roll a strength check.
Can I do it with like all my hands, like my mage hand, and hopefully I get some help with it?
But your mage hand can only push 10 pounds.
Well, it's 10 pounds more, maybe
Well,
20 pounds.
You'd either
more?
have to use your bonus action because you had to move that far. So unfortunately, this turn, to use your mage hand and to be able to push with your own body, you'd have to do one or the other.
All right, I'll just push it. I'll just go for it.
10
straight.
pounds
Okay.
is nothing. Just focus
Roll
on
a
pushing.
roll a strength check.
I mean, it was a creative idea.
Guys, these fives.
A 5.
I got
So you
a
hit it,
5.
and this thing seems planted into the ground. It is just stuck there. It's going to be tough to move this thing. Even if you were 10 times stronger than you are, it would be really tough.
And so I don't have like a bonus action to like back away a little bit if I have no more
you'd
movement.
have 5 more feet of movement.
I do want to just back up 5 feet, yeah, in case
Okay.
this thing
You
pops.
back up 5 feet.
Yeah.
At that same time, goof, 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 boom. Luckily, you backed away, but right at that moment, this thing explodes out. A horrific creature. Same with here, another horrific creature. Goof, goof. They explode out. This one jumps onto you, Cornelia. Mouth out open, just that vomit of yellowish liquid dripping from its face, and this one kind of comes screaming towards you guys again in this way. Cornelia, blinded, you don't even see it coming as it pounces on you. Ooh.
Yeah, should have hit, man. Oh, did I get to roll a Constitution saving throw at the end of my turn? Or
Oh, yes.
not yet.
Yes, you do.
So hopefully that's 7.
Master of the single digits. Are you rolling a d10 or a...
Oh, you're right. Should I re-roll that?
Cornelia, roll a D100. This thing jumps onto you. You have no defense, no recourse as it critically hits you.
If that woman shows up from that attacked us on the boat, I'm gonna be very, very happy actually.
I don't know what to roll.
Boy.
95.
A 95.
Well, it's either very good or very bad.
I know.
It's very bad.
I'm scared.
Oh no.
Cornelia,
I'm dead.
this thing jumps on you, teeth roared as
Roared.
you feel it pierce your right eyeball as it comes into your and bites you, and then you feel this wave of acid just engulf you. You take
Awesome.
2 points of piercing damage, 8 points of acid damage, and all of the metal on your body starts to rust and dissipate, and you feel your daggers start to dissolve all over you.
No.
Except for one dagger.
You can't, and you
Right.
still can't see, but your body, your head, just a splitting headache instantly.
I had a
You still have
pacemaker. Is that
crowstone
okay?
dagger.
Your pacemaker's fine. But yeah, anything made of metal, including any coins you
Oh
have
my
on
God.
you. Roll another D100.
Of course, the group treasurer.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take yeah. Acid is doing what to the metal now? Gold? Acid's doing what to gold?
It's not acid. I'll tell you that. It looks
Oh,
like
okay.
acid.
It's magic acid. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool.
It's a magical monster. What'd you roll with your D100?
Roll another D100, you said?
Yeah,
I don't want to. 31.
31. 30% of your gold melts. And it doesn't just melt, it unnaturally rusts and dissolves away and then starts to float into almost an ash. All right.
We're gonna have words.
Rezik, you see Cornelia get pounced upon. This thing rips a hole in her face, tears out her eye,
So my
and then
eyes
starts
gone.
vomiting. Just one of your eyes. Your eye pierced through the socket.
Super dude.
I'm just gonna have to relearn how to steal things with only one eye.
Yeah.
Not be as sneaky. Ah, she's badass though.
Yeah, just look cooler. No big deal. What do I do now?
Yeah.
Is it?
No, that's it for your turn. Well, for its turn.
I should have hid.
This sucks. Also, the unlimited shields is freaking annoying as all hell. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and man, what do I do? Gosh.
And it then goes Fitz and then Trust. So Trust, you're on deck.
God, I don't know what to do right now. I guess I will attack the thing attacking Cornelia. Okay. I'm going to use a level 1. No, I'll use Firebolt.
Okay. So you pull out fire out of the thin air and you huck it at this thing. Roll an attack.
Yeah. 22.
22 hits.
Is 5 fire damage.
5 fire damage. Okay. Yeah, you hit this giant thing and you burn a piece of it. That magic acid seems to melt and burn with the heat as it steams off this acrid smell.
I'm just gonna scream out, "Fuck! We need to take this mage out!" And that's my turn.
Kinda busy.
Yeah, I know.
Tried that.
He's just really frustrated right now. This is
At
really
the same
annoying.
time, Fitz
He's got shields that can dodge bullets. Turns out
I can't.
at 20 feet. 20
Runs
feet
up.
distance. Move at the speed of light.
grabs his sword, his rapier, and stabs at this creature.
Of course he runs right at it. What a moron.
Pierces it,
Yeah,
dealing
fits.
some damage to it, and as he pulls it back, the blade seems to be covered in that almost acrid acid, magical acid, that yellow viscous stuff, and you can see that the edges of his blade start to dissipate just ever so slightly as he shakes his blade to get the stuff off. And it seems like his rapier is just starting to melt right in front of your eyes.
Great.
Trust, it's your turn.
Super dupe.
Okay. How far away? You said there's this knight guy that's in the center. There's like a knight. You said. How
Yeah.
far is he from me?
He's like
40
floating
feet away.
above the lady.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a
There's
float.
a
is
cape,
He, is he,
and there's a shadow almost coming out, a golden shadow, and he's just engulfing her body and then standing over her with a spear and shield.
Is he wearing metal armor?
It doesn't seem to be. He's like made out of like a golden, shadowy light. So he does seem to be made out of. It does seem like a knight in armor, but it's not an actual. Almost like an incorporeal thing.
Okay, but he's still holding a metal shield and a metal spear.
It's again made out of that.
No, that's
golden
also
light.
made out of light.
Everything is
You're a real son of a bitch. Okay, then I suppose I will. What the heck can pierce through light? Ooh.
And it doesn't seem like many of the attacks have affected this thing. Most of the attacks have only affected the host wearing the cape, that woman with all the different colors and metals.
Aim at the lady. Aim at the lady.
Yeah, I guess I'm aiming at the lady.
Same time.
You know, she
I
does
can't,
have that.
I'm trying.
I know.
She does have that symbol of the Lady Mayan clasping that cloak onto her. That does seem to be made of metal.
Okay, then I will aim at that.
Okay.
And I will use my heat metal.
Ooh.
All right, so that thing starts to glow with this fiery heat, burning this woman as you start to see the tears just flowing more and more and more. As this thing just starts to sizzle and burn, and that creature just starts to wrench back and forth, spear angrily, smashing into the ground with some kind of, it seems like confusion or rage or something. Roll damage.
Where'd my D8 go? This is 7, 2, so 9.
So 9 damage.
9
Okay,
damage?
and you start to see
that's
that
progress
symbol just
right
start
there.
to sizzle and boil, burning the cape it's clasped to, as well as the skin of that woman holding on to it as it burns with this fiery red light. Are you doing anything else, Trust?
I will. Who's on that platform? Hellwise?
Kelwise is
Oh,
floating
I
20
meant-
feet. He's covered in acid as well.
Uh-huh. Ooh. I will. Oh yeah. Cornelia's too far away. I'll give some inspiration to Hellwise.
Okay, Kelwise. How are you going to inspire Kelwise?
I'm going to look over at him and shout and be like, "You're doing great, buddy! We're gonna get through this together, and we're gonna look like heroes!"
Yeah. All right.
Nice.
I'm just like in pain with
Yeah.
like acid all over me. Like
And
I
it's
can't
like
clock it,
this
but I'm
green foam is coming out of your body, mixing with your blood and sinew and your nerves and that fatty tissue just bubbling out of your middle of your stomach.
I can feel it in my body.
At the same time,
Oh my god, it's in my body.
Trust, Pup, those floating orbs screech out, open up, try and grab both of you.
I forgot those were still there.
Glad I
I'm
got out
gonna
of
be
there.
honest.
Alright. Bushes?
Oh, DM's gone.
Hi.
DM's gone.
we
Rolling
win.
dice outside the table.
Now.
No.
Both of them take purchase on Pup and Trust. Both of them, that lightning coming out of them, and then
I never miss.
both of you take a massive amount of acid damage. You both get a dexterity save from the other one that's not on you. Which Pup,
Wait, what?
you get a dexterity saving throw. Because there's one on Pup that explodes that you can try and dodge, but the one connected to you, unfortunately.
Okay. And I will use my hellish rebuke. That's annoying. Okay. Dex save is a 12.
A 12. You succeed on the dex save, but you also... So, Pup takes...
Oh, please don't kill Pup.
Pup takes 2 damage, and you take 1 damage from the one that was on Pup. That one explodes. That was a ridiculous roll. Unfortunately, Trust, the one that grabs you,
Uh-huh.
you
What's
take
it gonna be?
you take 8 more acid damage, and Pup takes an additional 8 acid damage.
Oh.
Cool.
As those two things explode. And that's about the same time, Dresden, you see 2 of those things come diving
Oh my
straight
God.
for you as well. Oof. One of them you easily just knock out of the way, but as you do that, you leave yourself open and one of them grabs onto you. And then
Can I cast shield?
you can cast shield.
I would like to.
All right.
Like,
so you cast
I was told this doesn't cause cancer. Shield.
and you cast shield, and that thing just goes right onto your shield, starts to go crazy, and then it explodes. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh God.
This one right here to try and hit you.
Dex save.
Yeah.
18.
18. So you managed to dodge the majority of the acid as it was not attached to you, but away near your shield. You take 2 damage, acid damage, as this thing, just flecks of it rain down on you.
And I just look back over at the Trust and Pup, and I go, it's not so bad. It's not really all that bad. It burns a little, but it's not terrible.
And at the same time, you see her hands come up, and you see that summoning circle, and she pulls
not
2
again.
more creatures out of the summoning circle, and 2 grubs appear on the platform right around you.
Oh, come on.
Thargan rushes over to try and slash this beast, and actually tries to grapple the beast. Succeeds. Grabs this beast, Cornelia, that is vomiting on you, manages to push it back 10 feet as he holds onto it, just holding onto the legs, manages to shove all of this thing back with an amazing feat of strength, also attached to this exoskeleton that's giving him an immense amount of power as you feel it not looming over you anymore.
Does that give me an attack of opportunity?
No, it doesn't.
Damn it.
Unfortunately, not forced
Had to
movement.
ask.
Kelwise,
Gotta ask.
Kelwise, as the last remnants of acid pours out of your body, you take another 4 points of acid damage.
Oh my God.
And it's now your turn.
Okay, great. I'm getting about as far away from the platform as I can because, I just fired within 20 feet a gun at something and magically a being jumped in front of it as if literally by magic because that's the only way that something could have happened.
It
in
was
that
definitely
timeframe.
magic.
So-
It was definitely magic.
Yeah, so I can't hit anything. So I'm just going to pretty much run as far away as possible. I guess I'll go help. I'm going to move south and land near Cornelia. I
Okay,
don't know.
yeah. And you managed to just... Oh, you're not taking him with you. And you float down the rest of your 20 feet, and you manage to land right around Cornelia. Right over there.
Yeah. I'm going to pull out my shield, and I'm
Okay.
going to flip my boomstick around.
Okay.
So that, I could hit someone with it.
Cudgel mode.
Yeah. And I'm going to take the dodge action.
Okay. Nice. So you kind of take a protective stance over Cornelia's body as
Yeah.
you just see this gaping wound and acid as everything metal on her body starts to just be dissolving into thin air. Pup. Running over, I guess, over to here is going to do another flurry of blows, not with her metal staff, but with just fists and kicks and punches. So that's 3 attacks on this thing. Ooh. Another 2 20s. Jeez. Well, that's not bad. 6 plus 5 plus 4. Pup runs over to this thing, just ground pounds it into the earth, over and over and over and just smashes its body to bits as it just kind of falls limp and stops moving. Yeah, that's Pup's move. All right. Dresden.
Oh, great. Oh god, there's like 4 of those things on there and the golden thing.
Yes.
What the hell? Does it look
Good
like
luck,
I
bro.
have? Yeah, right. As I just see Kelwise like run away, I'm like, start looking over my.
I can't
look over
hit
my
5
shoulder.
things at once. I can't.
I know. I look over my shoulder, like, yeah, I could just jump and run away, right? No. Does it look feasible that I could like get in there physically?
It's going to be
With all of those
really
things.
tough with those shields that seem to be
Yeah.
jumping into the way. I mean, to even get to the host body, it seems like you have to kind of like crack those things, knock them out of the way,
Right.
and then reach in there.
Well, I mean, there's only 4 of them plus the other one. So.
Well, there's 2 of them that are shields and then 2 of them that are grubs. It doesn't seem like the grubs have the ability to like intercede attacks.
Oh,
These 2 on
they
the
are
outside
slightly,
are
they're
grubs.
slightly different.
Sorry,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. Super dupe. Yeah, I'm just gonna just start spinning again, I guess. Is that thing still next to me though? Is that one acid vat?
Yeah, it had missed. You dodged out of the way, and it's still floating up around you.
Great. Okay. Well, they'll deal with that later, I guess. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and launch the Herniax at it again. I don't know. This is so dumb.
Okay.
I'm gonna. This is stupid. I hate everything. Oh, yeah, that ain't happening at all. That is an 11.
An 11 does not hit.
Yeah, I didn't think it would. Okay. Yeah, then I'll just sort of stand there and look around. Hey guys.
Are you gonna call it back to your hand?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes,
so you
yes, please.
Call it back to you. Both of those grubs looking at you. Those shields on their edge, and you now notice those shield-like creatures seem to have a web of eyes that just like hundreds of eyes all around in
Wouldn't
this
they?
sentinel stance as they look in all directions, legs like springs ready to just jump and intercede on its master's behalf.
Okay. Super.
Turning around, that mage looks, opens her palm out, and this giant web, this white, grayish, sticky web, a spider web, comes flying out of her hands. In a 20-foot cube. So that is gonna be Pup and Fitz both. Ooh, they both fail their saves as their bodies are covered in this webbing, this sticky webbing that they can't seem to move out of. And at that same time, Dresden, that knight, comes up with a spear and then tries to take you out.
Oh, hey, bud.
Reaching from 10 feet away, that spear huge.
Oh, he's got the reach. I hate
One
it.
of them seems to pierce through your defenses, dealing 6 plus, dealing 9 damage to you.
Ooh.
As you feel it just right in between 2 plates jab into your skin, hot blood starting to rush out of your body.
Ooh. Oh, this is new armor. What do you... asshole?
Cornelia, did you roll a save at the last... your
I
last...
did not. Please, where are my d20s?
They're all in dice jail.
Natural one.
Yeah, still taking hold. It's your turn now, I guess. Day has passed the buck. Cornelia, you lay in darkness. You hear the thrashing of that creature in front of you that had attacked you. As Thargan trying to body block, Kelwise right over your body. What are you doing?
Completely blind. Can I just back up and, I guess, hold an action if that's possible?
Sure. So you kind of back
I
up a
really
little
know
bit.
what to do, man.
What are you holding an action for?
My mage hand, do I have to see to be able to use that, or can I know where things are and
I mean,
potentially use
it would be very
it?
difficult to use it with. I mean, you could try and use your sense of hearing to try and do something, but
Because I
you know.
sort of want to. So just after reading that book, and I like the stealth book. So I have like some rocks in my pouch, and so I'm hoping to use. I believe that's a bonus action, so I'm hoping to like throw a bunch of rocks like toward the mage so that hopefully all of the creatures will be distracted, and then use my mage hand to like pull off the brooch or the cape potentially.
So you could throw a rock in that direction and then cast your mage hand if you wanted to.
Okay, would it be like multiple rocks or one rock or as much as I can get
It'd
away
really
with?
only be one throw because it's like an attack.
Okay.
So you could try and
Okay.
scoop up a rock and throw it.
Because I kind of want to, do a
With-
distraction, be like,
yeah.
catch, and then
Sure.
actually, like,
Yeah.
pull
So
off.
you
Okay.
so roll an attack. This is an improvised weapon, so it would just be a dexterity, or it would be strength, I guess. So roll a d20 at disadvantage because you're blinded right now, and then add your strength bonus.
Is nothing. Come on, D20. Come on, birthday boy. Hello, on them. So 10. I got a 10.
A 10. So you throw the rock in that direction. Hard to tell if it worked because you can't see.
Still going for it, right? Is that a different move?
Yeah. So
Can I
roll
still
a
do my mage hand?
So you're gonna mage hand to just grab in the direction that you think the thing is. So roll 2 d20s with disadvantage.
Oh. 13 with nothing added with disadvantage.
A 13. So that mage hand goes after the brooch. Invisible mage hand grabs on, and you feel the mage hand itself start to sizzle and burn. And you pulling it now? Or what are you doing with the mage hand?
Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to remove the brooch or the cape or just get that off.
Roll
of 'em.
another d20 with disadvantage since you're blind.
7.
7. You grab it. You feel the hand start to sizzle and burn, that air around you. You try and unhook this thing, and it starts to weave a little bit, and then that heat seems to just burn out your hand before it can finish unclasping. And for those of you who are onlookers, through that stone, the stone kind of harmlessly bounced off of one of those shield beings. They didn't even move. They just stood in place, it seemed. Are you doing anything else, Cornelia?
Just crawling away to safety, where I think is safety.
Yeah, so you could move 5 more feet, and then your turn is basically over.
All right.
At the same time, that monster made of acid, many legs, jumps at Thargan and starts attacking him. Thargan, holding him in place, manages to grab his face and steer it away just in time as this wave of acid goes out of its mouth, narrowly missing him. Rezik, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm seeing like the horde of insects that are all around Dresden right now, and it's like really bad. And whenever I take these shields out, they just come back immediately. So I am going to just do another Hail Mary, and hopefully it works this time because I don't know what else to do. I am going to turn to my side and hopefully just be like, Eva, we need you.
And shoo, out, no longer sitting on your shoulder. Too old for that. Eva, a young woman, appears, arms crossed, almost floating next to you.
It's bad. Please help me right now.
Fine. And you start to cast
Thank
a
you.
spell, and she adds her own sense of chaos, altering what she once was drawing pictures on it. Now seems like she's organizing them, just putting your spell together in a different form.
So yeah, just focusing with the help of Eva, I'm going to try once again to use one of those shield guardians to our advantage and put an illusion in their head that their boss is being attacked by a large snake around their neck. And hopefully, maybe this time it will work. I don't know what else to do at this point.
Ooh, it fails, and it fails hard. As it takes... No, I'm sorry. It fails its save. Your spell
okay.
is a success. It fails.
Negative or
I
positive?
apologize. I'm sorry.
Bob, you're
that
terrible.
was...
You might
yeah,
as well
that
quit.
was... you takes hold in its mind again, sees that snake about to attack. Its mistress jumps at it. Oh, jumps at it, grabs on to that burning hot brooch, grabs onto it with its little tiny mouth and just starts to tear back and forth. Has it in its mouth. The knight instantly looks down, starts to scream, pointing at the thing.
Did it?
And it seems like it's just tearing. And the other, I guess the other one would start attacking the other shield. The other one smashed into him. You see them both now just smashing into each other, not knowing what to do. One of them has that brooch in its mouth, tearing back and forth as it slowly loosens more and more. At the same time, Fitz, stuck in that web, tries to pull out of it, can't seem to pull out of it. Trust. You see this going, your metal, heat metal still burning. Roll damage on that.
Muted.
Oh, you're muted.
8 total.
8 damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Still burning. Doesn't quite kill that thing in its mouth, tearing now with it. But seems to be not burning the woman anymore, but burning that shield guardian that's just standing around, wrenching back and forth. Just plumes of smoke coming out of its mouth as it's burning itself. Probably melted its mouth shut at this point around this brooch. Anything else? Oh, Trust, you haven't even gone. That was your other spell. What are you doing?
Who is near me? Who can I help that's near me? Pup and Fitz?
They're both stuck in that webbing.
They're stuck in webbing. Question, can I use Cure Wounds on myself?
Yes.
I'm gonna do that, because I'm almost dead again.
Sounds good.
So, yeah, I'm gonna touch my head. 1d8 my spell casting modifier. So 1d8 plus, or 1d8 plus, where am I looking at? Plus 4, okay. No, 2d8, why does that say, oh, that's second level. I'm just casting it first level. 4 plus 4, so 8.
Okay. You reach up to your horns, grab on, and heal yourself with a Cure Wounds. At that same time, Dresden, that ball of acid comes straight for you. Ooh,
I knew it was just a matter of time.
Latches on. Again, it starts to vibrate wildly with a crackling energy and explodes, dealing 14 points of acid damage. It explodes. Those two grubs run up to you, both, one on either side, both latching out at you with those giant mandibles. The grubs. The first one you deflect. The second one easily. You dodge out of the way. These things not nearly as deadly. That first thing kind of catching you off guard, and this onslaught coming from all sides. And that's when you see it, Dresden. It's not what you want to see, but it's what you do see as poof, poof, two more of those things just shoo, shoo, out of the air, coming straight towards you. That's that, and we are now on Thargan grabs this creature, manhandles this thing, grabs its two legs and just shoo, off the edge, holding on to this thing as they both tumble down into the darkness. I'm just gonna use this.
Yeah, I'm thinking
here,
and
he'll
be okay.
Thargan grabbed it, went overboard with it, falling down into the depths. Hard to see from where you're at.
Couldn't have done that to the lady?
Kelwise.
What's shooting acid on the platform? Is it which creature specifically?
Shooting acid?
Or filled with acid, or
These
from which
creatures
the
right
acid
here.
is emanating?
These two things, these little green balls, just grab onto people and explode in these bombs, these acid bombs.
Okay.
It seems.
Can I? Does it seem like they're full of the acid? Does it seem like the acid is a liquid inside them? I think you get where I'm getting at.
Yeah, it is. Yes, there is an amount of water, and you could try and reach in and connect with it if you'd like.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. And I either want to attempt to like freeze it, which is something I would be able to do with water, or just maybe like, well, I can manipulate it. So theoretically, I could pull it toward myself and then manipulate it, I would suppose.
So roll a survival check, first and foremost, to try and even connect with this thing.
Okay, that's not great. 10?
A 10. You try and connect with this, and you find just trace amounts of connectivity in a normal way that's usually easy for you to connect to liquids. It seems this is almost biological, which is a whole different level of complexity. This acid mixed with viscera, gore, the being of this creature, it seems almost untouchable. You can it's like you're standing outside of a snow globe looking in, trying to make your words reach the things inside. It's incredibly hard. Maybe not impossible, but well outside of your scope at your current ability.
Okay. Then I guess I'm gonna move. Oh gosh. How far away am I? Is that like 30 feet, maybe 40 feet? Sorry, I can't really tell with the hexagons.
20 feet, yeah.
I'm only 20 feet away from them? Oh, okay.
Yeah. 20, 25, yeah.
And is using shape water, is that an action? That's not an action, right?
Well, it failed.
Or is it a bonus
It would
action?
normally be an action, I believe, but you didn't.
Okay.
You just kind of reached out and then were rejected.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to yell two things to the party. I'm going to say, shoot the grubs. And I'm going to say, and if that doesn't work, then knock the whole tower down. And I'm going to run north and I'm going to go to hit a grub. Shield in one hand. Yeah.
Okay, you hitting these
Bop,
things?
bop stick in the other. Yeah.
Okay, those shields.
Unless
All right,
I can
so-
hit the guy in the center.
Yeah, and one of them is burning out of its mouth, and the other one trying to push it off of that thing. So you attack the one, assuming the one that's trying to knock the one free. The
Oh,
one
I
that's
would
not
be.
burning.
If they look like they're doing me a favor, then I would probably not attack them. I mean,
Only one's doing you a favor.
Okay, well, I'll
One's
do the
doing
one
you a
that's
favor.
not. Okay, well
Okay,
then we're gonna hit
yeah,
the
yeah.
one that's not doing me a favor.
Okay, roll an attack. So you flip the fire stock, you shot it off, and then you just kind of flip it around. The barrel built almost with grooves to really hold a hand. It seems like it was intended to be a multifunctional weapon in that sort. And what was your attack?
Okay. That's a natural 20 plus 6.
Ooh, okay.
Roll. Crit hit.
Roll a damage. Roll a, what is it? It's 6
That's a
plus
6.
D6 and plus your
Yeah.
dex.
Take one of his eyes, kill eyes.
Okay, that's a 14.
A 14
An eye
and like
for
a
an eye.
sweeping flurry. Kelwise, you dodge left and right, come sliding up with that fire stalk, which is hefty. It doesn't seem like it, but the amount of weight in that hard wood handle just when you shatter this thing right in its back, and it falls down dead as you just crush whatever nervous system it seems to have.
Damn.
All right. Pup attempts to break out of the webbing. Fails. Right next to Fitz. They're both just trying to rip themselves out of this. Doesn't seem like they can. Dresden.
Oh my god. Am I up or is things happening to me?
You're up.
Okay. I feel like every time you say Dresden, it's like this thing hits you in the snout. This thing gets shoved up your ass. Okay.
Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty. Okay. That thing is still tenaciously sort of pulling on that amulet
Yeah,
or whatever.
it does
brooch.
seem like
Does
it,
it?
yeah.
Does it look like I would even be able to get in there at all to help? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
or is it so like that it's just
It's
like, oh, God.
completely in its mouth. The thing, and it's been closed, and now there's just steam coming out of its mouth
because of all the acid?
because of the heat. Of all the heat. It's the thing, the brooch
Heat
was...
metal.
Trust.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
brooch was on fire, basically.
Oh, okay. Those ones don't have acid?
They don't seem to have acid.
Damn it. Okay. It's worth a shot. Okay. Great. Okay, I think first thing I'm gonna do is just use my second wind to score back some HP.
Okay.
Fucking
Selfish.
Great roll. Great roll. Sweet.
Oh no.
Okay. All right. We're doing great over here. I wouldn't worry about little me. Okay. So I do that. Super fun. And then, I mean, so talk me through this. The woman that's wearing the brooch, what does she look like right now?
She's still just casting over the remnants of that red crystal. She seems to just be in a trance.
Okay. What? Can I run up to her?
Yeah.
I mean, that'll trigger attacks from those guys?
No, you're
Assuming-
within 5 feet of them, so you're not leaving their threat range. You could run.
Oh, I wasn't sure exactly how far. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I can just sort of
Trying
end
to
up
move
there.
Yeah, there you go.
Can I just
swing at her?
Yeah, with Calyx longsword though. I'm sick of this fucking
Okay. So yeah, you heal yourself. You jump out. You drop your herniax. Grab out your long sword with all those different blades on it, and roll an attack.
Ah, come on. Okay. That is a 21.
That hits.
Okay.
So you dive in, and the woman not moving. It's strange, and you just gash straight across her side. Every one of those blades just digging deeper and deeper like a saw blade as you rend through her flesh. And you see an unnatural amount of just calm, almost no reaction. There's tears still flowing from her eyes, but other than that, nothing. And those eyes are now glowing. What kind of damage, or how much damage did you do?
5 points.
5 points of damage. Okay, that beast continues to rend at her.
Yeah.
It rends back and forth until a spear goes straight into its back as it falls slack. You now see that pendant, almost a liquid bent out of proportion, the cloak itself hanging loosely now on her shoulders. That knight turns around, Dresden, looks at you, takes his spear, and takes another jab at you. What's your AC?
It depends. Do I have to shout shield before or after I get attacked?
Well, it rolled an 18 to hit you.
Oh, that's 21.
Okay, so you pull up your shield and then you deflect it away. Right at the last moment before he stabs through you, and with this frustrated roar, screams, and you start to see electricity pulling off of him, and he starts attacking twice more at you. Both of which miss in this fury, but they hit the ground next to you, giant chunks of stone. It's like his spear is now piercing the stone with ease. In this angry manner. At the same time, she looks up at you, hand out, pulls back what looks like a bowstring.
Disadvantage because they're 5 feet, right?
Is Pablo right on that?
Even with disadvantage, rolled a 25.
Can I cast shield on myself?
You can cast shield on yourself.
It's 26 then. Oh God! Right in the
Cast
snout.
shield on yourself, and still some of that acid hits you, not nearly as much as would have.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
You still take 7 points of acid damage.
Okay.
And at that time, Cornelia, blind, still blind as a bat. You hear that beast off the edge. You hear the patter of feet moving all around, screams, weapons smashing into the ground. It's just a complete chaos on that platform in the middle.
Hello? Is everybody okay?
Doing great. Doing great over here. Just shoot at the sound of my voice. It probably just hit me.
Shoot at the sound of your voice. Can I reach for my mage hand again? That's all I could do blind,
Sure.
I think. With like knowing I was close before, I'm just gonna stay with disadvantage.
Yeah, you hear
again?
all that. Yeah, roll two
man.
2d20s, disadvantage.
I keep getting a good one too. I got an 8.
2. Roll another d20 Constitution saving throw. Your mage hand grabs nothing but air this time.
3.
What's the
3.
main hand trying to grab?
The brooch.
The brooch or the cape, something.
Can I like air traffic controller in at all
you
or
can-
anything?
Lord.
Lord.
Well, you can't even see the hand, really.
That's right.
It's an
Can he
invisible
feel the
hand.
wind? It's like brushing by him.
At this
He knows
rate,
what it
no.
feels like.
On my
There's a
old burn,
spear.
it
There's a
feels like
spear brushing by right next to his head. That's making wind as well. So it would be very difficult.
Damn it. It was worth a try.
Yeah, I
Done.
gotta-
Rezik, you're up.
All right.
All right. I am going to grab
Oh, this thing
Eva's
died.
hand. I'm going to grab Eva's hand, and I'm going to run over to where Cornelia is.
Okay.
And
20, 25, 30. That's 30 feet right there. You're outside
Alright.
of her range.
so could I also use Mage Hand from this distance then to try to pull it off?
Sure.
Okay, and I'll just be like, let me give you a hand. I'm gonna reach out and there's like kind of like all my stuff kind of looks like they're like drawn or like they're kind of like paint or whatever. So like a glove hand that's kind of like looks like it's kind of like made from paint, just like goes over and reaches over next to Cornelia's and tries to help grab and pull the brooch up.
Okay,
To
roll an
have to go
Arcana
hand.
check.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yes. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. The hand reaches out, grabs at this this brooch, and you see the cloak falls down to her feet. That shadow disappears. The woman eyes look up at you, Dresden,
Sorry.
then down at her body, burned,
Sorry again.
cut, maimed,
Sorry.
and beaten. Tears still falling, and then you see it. They stop. And she starts to shiver. All those beasts around you seem to just stop. Quizzical looks on their faces, looking around, no longer aggressive, just kind of existing. And she looks up to you, Dresden, and then just huddles down, grabbing her knees, holding them close. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Oh my god.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for hanging out with us. So far, we've been
Nearly
doing lots of
dying.
battle stuff. Everyone's nearly dead. Cornelia lost her right eye.
Oh man.
Not the right one.
In the forest now, quiet, a little bit unsettling. Dresden, those grubs walking around, just looking around, kind of lost. Those two green balls of acid that had at one point been assaulting you and exploding, just kind of floating in the air all around. That woman clutching her legs, just trying to get as small as she can, and that cape onto the ground all around her, almost in a crescent shape.
You okay?
She doesn't seem to respond.
Do you feel like you're gonna attack us more?
And she kind of shivering looks up. Who is it? And it's this weird,
You're a bird.
weird sound that comes out of her mouth.
Good news, everybody. She's a bird. I'm just gonna see if I can just sort of like look at the horrible wound that I caused her, and maybe start to
And
stitch that up.
as you come near her, she instantly recoils, moving as
Alright,
far
go
away as
ahead.
she can, and she kind of backs over to the edge of the platform as far away as possible.
Man, guys, anyone?
And that
yeah,
webbing
Unless
kind of
there's
just
anything-
dissipates.
Someone that hasn't slashed her in half, but like someone.
Let's have the charismatic one do it. Trust?
Wait, are there still things attacking the other gems?
No.
Oh, okay.
In fact, nothing
is
was
there-
attacking the gems this whole time.
Oh, I thought there was something happening at the other two gems. There were awakening things.
No.
No, remember.
Well, made that up in my head. Cool. Is there a wildling by me? Can I like jump over to this platform or what?
Oh, absolutely. And now that you're out of battle, you managed to roll
You plummet to
with
your
advantage. Roll with advantage. Dexterity. Acrobatics.
The one thing I have disadvantage on?
Wait.
And while this is happening, I'm gonna
No,
like
you have disadvantage on all ability checks.
That's fine.
Oh. So you just said to roll it with advantage, so just
Oh,
do
so
a
just roll
normal
straight roll. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
What's going on above us while that's happening?
Yeah.
14
It
plus
seems
3.
like the war is raging up there still.
Oh, still great.
Just going crazy. What did you say?
Great.
I rolled 14 plus 3, so 17.
17. Yeah. Fortunately, you make it. Unfortunately, shoo, way above the tree line again. Way up. That thing just took you super high, and then you start to spiral down. And another thing you notice is, again, those floating jellyfish, those giant floating jellyfish just float very close to you.
I give
But-
him a stink eye.
You give him a stink eye as you float down, and you land onto the platform right next to her.
Um,
And she
Alright,
just looks
and-
terrified at this point.
I'm gonna say, if he's not gonna attack us, he's not gonna attack you. And I'm gonna start playing like a soothing song, like a lullaby type.
Yeah, and she in a weird confusion looks around at all of you and then looks at you, Trust, playing, and it seems like she's confused more than anything else right now.
Me too.
Is the brooch on the ground anywhere? It fell. It fell.
The
into
brooch
the depths.
itself is like maimed and melted
Sick. We
onto
killed a
the ground.
Horcrux,
The
guys.
cape still tattered and worn, lays on the ground.
Does it seem like there's any life in it whatsoever?
The cape?
Yeah, like the
not
brooch
from
cape
what you can
magically-
tell.
Okay.
But-
Is my brooch, my weird audience brooch, how is it reacting to all of this?
It seems to be just really enjoying
clapping.
your song that you're playing.
Okay, that's right. I am playing music right now. Okay.
I'll break out a bit of ration, maybe some bread or a little bit of salami or whatever I've got in the pack, and offer it to her, but like gently.
You kind of toss it in her direction.
Yeah, like not getting. She's close to the edge, so just sort of like.
Yeah, and she
toss
kind
it.
of backs off.
If you keep doing that, you're gonna fall off. And click over
She
your
goes
shoulder.
over and takes whatever you've given her and looks at it, just questioningly.
Oh, good, and here. I mean, it's not great, but it's not terrible. Okay, maybe it's terrible.
And then she walks over, just scooches closer and sets it back down for you to have it back.
Oh, well, thanks. I put it in my pocket. If she comes close, I'll sort of motion on my body where I slash the fuck out of her. And be like, can I look at that and take out a bandage? And sort of mime doing it on myself.
Roll a charisma check.
Well, we know how well those go with me. Okay.
Just remember to smile when you do it.
Just straight charisma. 13.
13.
like, what does that
you,
mean?
You pull out your bandages. You point to her gash, even though you were the one that gave it to her, and you start to walk.
He that giveth taketh away.
You start to walk over, and you look at the wound, and it looks like her anatomy is similar to a human. So you start to patch her
Wait,
up.
she's not human?
No, she was covered in like different colors, greens, blues. She had this giant, almost like fish-like fins that came off of her ears.
What?
Yeah.
What did the
I
archivist
thought you were
skin-
call
describing
them?
like clothes.
The
Yeah.
archivist called her, said she was an Odgarati.
An Odgarati. Okay.
Okay. Looking now, give me the head to toe.
Her
because I
skin
thought
is
I
in
was
plates,
fighting a lady.
almost these like scale-like plates that are like a metallic green, blue, yellow, and red. She has these giant fins and this huge hair that seems to shimmer like chromatically all around in the light, and her eyes are these deep pools of black.
Hey guys, any of you notice how strange this lady looks? Just occurred to me. I guess I was
It looks
distracted.
like a fish, a little bit.
Yeah, like
It's
a fish
almost
lady.
like
A fish person.
a mix between like a fish, but more like a dragonfly would. You know, that kind of shimmering carapace almost.
Mm. Or like
Seems
a
like she
dragonfly.
has more of like that kind of disposition.
That's sort of her disposition, I think. I'm close
That's kind of
now.
weird.
I can.
Yeah, and when you
but
touch,
I'm still gonna. Yeah.
you touch her body trying to mend, and you hear a voice inside your head.
Oh,
Dresden.
hello. See if I accidentally put the cloak on again.
Yeah, you touch her, and you hear a voice, almost crying, in your head.
Oh, just tears. I mean, I probably
just,
wouldn't
like,
even notice that
sniffling
other than my own
and-
internal monologue. But
Yeah.
yeah.
and it's like
said you? I say in my head to her.
yeah.
And I make eye
And you
contact,
respond,
obviously,
and
as one does, very charismatically.
She doesn't look at you. She starts looking around at everyone else, but you hear in your head this soft female voice. Hello.
Oh, hello. Hey, I'm gonna just patch you up here a bit. Is that okay? Start breaking on my healer's kit proper.
Thank you for freeing me.
Yeah. I look around everyone. Yeah. Do you mind? Not just, just very good bedside manner usually. I mean, usually they're screaming and, I have
And
to
you
like knock
notice,
them
like,
out with a fist,
yeah.
but
As you're patching her up,
What-
she seems to take her hand and she just rests it on your upper arm. She just has her hand
Okay.
touching you, making that connection.
okay. I guess that's how we talk. That's fine. Is saving you from what exactly? What's that all about?
Well, it's a long story.
Well, I mean, this is a big gash.
Well, I've been in prison for a very, very long time.
Imprisoned. Where?
Well, in that gem right behind you.
Look over. What's the gem look like now?
It's shattered. It's still pulsing with energy, though.
Oh, well. Looks like they can't go back in there.
And you see her kind of looking off to the other two gems on the other
Oh.
platforms.
Does that mean there's people in there too?
Yes.
In a good way or a bad way?
Well, I'm afraid they're being controlled as well.
Controlled? What does that mean?
We gave ourselves over to a dark power in order to fight. In order to fight for our homeland.
You have any rings? What? Never mind.
Rings?
No, it's humor. It's an old joke about a book. So, you got imprisoned so that you could have power?
No. We gave ourselves over to a dark
gave your-
power in order to
oh,
win a
okay.
war that we had been fighting for hundreds of years.
Against who? Not tiny walruses. Huh?
And as that's happening, Thargan kind of comes up from below
Hey!
where he had fallen over.
You
There he is.
Breathing heavily, he kind of kneels, and
I
you
was
see
just
her
about to come looking
eyes
for you.
just wide. She looks at him and pushes away from you, Dresden, and skitters as far away as she can, hissing, grabbing any perch she can.
I do the old in between. Hey! I put my back to her. Thargan, no. Back, maybe just like head height. Just sink
What
down,
happened when I
friend.
was down there?
Well, we
We got
took
this
the
lady's
thing-
cloak off.
Yeah. She seems nice, but she doesn't like you apparently. Sold her
That would
soul to
make
a
sense.
evil power or something. You got anything on that?
Well,
We have to touch her to talk to her, mind you.
my people went to war
That's-
with her
Oh,
many years ago,
okay.
and they...
That was before the cloaks.
Well, I don't know anything about the cloaks, really. All I know is we weren't winning the war. Well, we were in the beginning,
Right.
and then they came upon some kind of power that turned the tides. Thus,
Dark power.
we turned to the Vow Keeper to seal them away,
Oh.
ending
So
this
what was the
conflict.
fight about in the first place?
Well, it seems like these are the original people from where Odgarod stands. These are the Odgarodi people, the town named after them.
Okay.
We seem to have supplanted them many, many years ago in our attempt to find a home away from Capital City.
Okay. They came here, waged some war on them, won. They got locked in the crystals because they joined a dark power. As an aside, what's all that about? I just point up.
Yeah, this is concerning.
Yeah.
The
Have you noticed that?
ancestors.
Whose ancestors?
My ancestors.
The ones in the
those-
starfish?
They look
Yeah,
like
well.
they're gonna come kill us.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know.
Just guessing.
Maybe there's something she can do about that.
All right.
Because the
Go.
oath is... Well, the oath is broken. The penalty, well, I don't know. The consequences seems like if they were meant to protect Odgarod, they would now go and aid a being to destroy Odgarod.
Your ancestors would destroy Odgarod.
I don't know.
What?
So we established they really weren't happy as the
Yeah.
star people. We saw
So now
very
they have free
disturbing
will,
sad dance.
and
Yeah.
they basically want to destroy everything. That's
Great.
what's happening.
Super. I'm just gonna work my way back over to her and put a hand on her arm if I can.
Can I ask Dresden a question before you do that? I wanted to
Oh yeah, it's
say.
a very slow action.
Whoa. You're not trying not to startle her. Could you ask her if she knows how to control the other two? Because she seems nice, but
That seems
maybe
all right.
they can get rid of the ancestors going to attack.
Yeah, but wouldn't that just get two more sets of ancestors all up in the mix?
Yeah, it's
And
very
They'd
not
probably want to
ideal.
destroy Agharad too. I don't know. I'll ask. Hello again.
And ask about the tree if we can repair it and put the souls somewhere.
That's okay. Okay. Someone write all these down. Can I put my hand on her arm?
Yeah.
Or hair?
You put
or
your hand on
whatever?
her arm.
Hey. So
Got this.
about those things. You know anything about these guys?
And she looks up,
The angry ones. not the
really
jellyfish.
taking them in.
Or the jellyfish too, actually.
It seems they've vouched their power to us. the
Vowed their-
Odgaradi.
They vowed their power to you?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Can't understand why.
Like vengeance? Like because they usually
Cries.
you were fighting against them first, right?
It does seem a strange set of circumstances.
Yeah, strange bedfellows.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
Question
must
two.
really not have liked being stars.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we saw, and I tell her, I'm like, that's a really sad dance, and people were all like, morbid as shit. So, but if maybe a tree, small one, very old, think of a bonsai, put it in a big rock case, had been opened up and then maybe poisoned to death. You got any insight into how one might make that tree not dead?
An oath tree.
Yeah, that's ring-a-ding-ding.
Unfortunately, bonds such as that, once broken, can never be repaired again.
Okay, all right, bad news.
But
Okay, we're gonna roll with
I
it.
can release their souls.
Them?
Yes, those that slaughtered my people and killed
Wha-
us for hundreds of years.
Relay that to everyone.
Well,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
mean, it's
We're
No?
I mean, if she's willing to do it.
well, wait,
Is that
because we're at
gonna-
an impasse. We're at an impasse because if we do that, we might be screwing over the entire city that we just came from. So
yeah.
No.
What effect will that have? Is it gonna open up any dangers?
Oh,
When
I
you
thought
see
she meant
Thargan-
she would release them to the heavens.
Thargan
on
walks
a-
up And
they're
he puts
protecting us
He holds
from
a
something.
dagger to her.
Easy, big fella.
And
Easy.
you see him touch
Take it
her
easy.
arm. Like, he walks up and grabs her arm, and you see there's this anger, this tension, as he shoves a dagger into her hands and holds it at his throat.
Oh.
Oh,
And there's something
okay.
going on.
He had us in the
and-
first half.
Yeah.
She just kind of holds the dagger there, and you can see rage seething on her face. Years and years of rage and history between them. As she holds this dagger to his neck, you start to see beads of blood start to fall down his throat. And
Boy,
she
he
kind
needs
of
to pay us.
I think we're past that trust.
Cornelia over here.
Yeah.
Mm.
Way to go, Trust. Yeah.
and he holds it and closes his eyes. He seems very resigned to this fate. And she drops the dagger from her hand
Okay.
and turns away.
All right, Thargan. Open your eyes. 1, 2. Looks like we got some talking to do because she doesn't want to kill you. Looks like she might have every right. I think. I'm not sure. She says you can release all your ancestors, though. Would that be good? Bad?
Well, yes, it would release them from the
Isn't that what they
eternal
want?
cage. Well, that's
Right.
Which
What you
would
want?
do
that's what I've been
what
after
to
this
the
whole
city?
time.
Okay.
No,
Well,
we
she
came
could
here for you
either-
to check on the tree, and then you ended up poisoning the tree behind our
She
back.
could either
Well, yeah,
use
'cause he
their
was lying
power
about that.
to destroy Adgarad, or she could release their power back into the cosmos, back into the
So-
soul's heart.
I
Yeah,
vote
let's do that
Cosmos?
one. Yeah,
Cosmos.
Cosmos.
Well, it's
Yeah,
not
hold
up
up.
to me.
Cosmos.
Cosmos?
Are we? Okay.
You're
we
not
need to-
understanding, Rezik. They
I-
wouldn't attack anybody if she
If
released them into the cosmos.
If you'd allow me to speak, I would explain what I'm trying to say. We just came from a city, and I know it was messed up what they did, but there's a lot of people living there, innocent people, and I don't know what effect this is going to have if we break the
Okay.
vow that's keeping them all
Rez.
safe.
Rez, here's the thing. Val's already broken. She can either let them attack the city or release them to the cosmos. You seem to be
But she's going to want to release her friends behind her as well, I'm going to assume, after that's done.
Well,
Well,
we
why
can
don't
talk
we
about
ask
that.
her?
But here's the thing. Before that happens,
Right.
we got to figure out what goes on with these guys, right?
All I'm saying is we came here on one mission, and now suddenly all of us want to break all the vows and possibly hurt the city
Well,
we just
here's,
came from. That's all
here's
I'm
the
trying
thing.
to say.
We came here on a mission, right? But that mission was a farce because it wasn't actually the
We
mission.
were lied to.
The mission was to come here and poison a tree, and voila, it worked. Great.
Great.
So we're in a different situation. So the reason we came here isn't pertinent. You know?
It is, actually. I'll just put this out there. There are innocent people back there. There are families. We don't know what's going to happen. So it's up to you what to do. I'm only one vote in the bunch here. So my
Okay,
vote is
so-
not to release anything. But
So here's the thing. If she doesn't release them, she can direct them to kill everyone in that city. Do you understand? Like you're arguing for the people in the city, but you're also
I'm saying
arguing to
there's
have
possibly
the people.
there's possibly another way to go about this. We're only
What way is
looking
that?
at it one.
Oh,
We don't know. We haven't explored those options yet.
Rezik, why don't you touch her and talk to her yourself?
Yeah.
We're getting lost in translation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
find out what she
Get in there.
wants.
Give her a
And
little.
if we can release our people, yeah, does she want Agorod back? What does she want exactly?
Wipe the paint off your hands first. She's very sensitive skin, as I've come to notice.
Well, I will ask her. I'm pretty sure that an ancient warrior is going to want to destroy the city that was taken from her, but I'll ask.
She looks
Um,
pretty sad, mate.
I talked to her. She seemed pretty chill.
I'm going to just walk over and say, I'm going to bow, and then I'm going to say, may I please
Very
speak
formal.
with you?
And you look at her, and she's like literally putting her finger back into the position it was supposed to be in.
Nasty
You just hear
business.
this. You hear this weird twirl come out of her mouth as she
Yep.
puts it back, and you hear this cracking sound.
touch her.
And you
gotta,
bow.
You gotta touch her, but
And she looks
Just
at
touch her.
you, and you see
There
just
you go.
still an expression of anger and rage on her face.
I'll put my hand out as just kind of offering to communicate.
And she puts her hand on the side of your arm, just on your upper arm.
she likes that. That's a comfortable place for her.
Hi, my name is Rezik Moongrove. What is yours?
My name is Eric Garati, of the Odd Garati.
It's a
Welcome.
pleasure to meet you.
Welcome to my home.
Yes, it's a lovely home. I'm sorry you were trapped for so long. We find ourselves in a strange predicament here. We're kind of caught in the middle. It's been a very, very long time since you were locked away, and unfortunately, the city that used to belong to your people, it now belongs to, unfortunately, the people that you were fighting. But there are a lot of innocent people as well, families, children. Can we try to find a way to work this out? Is that possible, or is there too much and there's no way of going
Work
back?
this out. How would we work this out?
Come to an arrangement if we can. Talk.
What kind of
I mean, many of the people that are alive now never knew the people that you were fighting against back then, and they might be able to actually
Buddy,
reason with
I
you.
don't think she's trying to kill those people. Do you want to kill all the people in Agarad?
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I allowed to speak, or are you going to?
And she kind of looks
Step in here.
around. She doesn't understand. It doesn't look like Dresden. She's looking at you, but there's a look of confusion on her face.
Yeah, you see? She's not I don't think
She looks at
we're
you.
driving up the right tree.
Sure. I will release them as long as you give me all the families that
So now
caused
we're
this in the first
negotiating.
place.
Okay. Well, what do we I mean, I'm not sure that's entirely up to us, right?
Yeah, I
But-
don't think we have that ability.
But we'd have to get we'd have to talk to them, right, Brez? Oh man, he's pissed now.
Why should I release them for what they've done? I should make them suffer.
Wait, a
for
minute ago you had just
eternity.
been like, see what you've done? You put ideas in her head, dude. All right, the families or those things up there?
Are you touching her?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
this is
Sorry.
Into her arm the whole time.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know
like,
you were.
no.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm holding on.
Well, she
You
had
think I'm
walked
letting
away.
go?
She had walked away at one point.
When did she walk away?
When
I don't know.
after Thargan had given her the knife.
Oh, I
She
thought she'd
walked
like.
away.
Well, yeah, I'm shadowing her. She's like near suicidal and near the edge of a cliff. I'm like not letting her go.
Okay.
Plus, I'm still patching her up.
Okay. All right. Now you're okay.
Anyway,
The
yeah, I
rest
say all
of us
that.
are
So
shit.
you hear her saying all this stuff.
Okay, so-
why should I release them?
I thought you said that you were going to a minute ago. Am I
I
fucking
said-
crazy?
I said I could release them.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a totally different thing. That's a near possibility. Hey, Rez, you might have been right. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. She says she might kill everyone now. So
Yeah.
How are her veins looking?
You can't
mean-
see any veins. This woman,
Oh,
Very
good.
different.
No blood.
almost like an exoskeleton on her body.
okay.
I
A lot
will.
of souls above us.
If
Take
I'm
people
allowed to,
out.
I'd like to. If it's okay with you, I'd like to approach again and try to finish what I was trying to say.
Oh yeah, it's fine with
Okay.
me.
All right. I'm going to go back over and speak to her again. As you're obviously very aware, the man behind us here, Thargan, he comes from the people that you were fighting against many, many, many years ago for us. And what I was trying to say, is there any way we could possibly, you and him, try to make an arrangement to speak with those families and come to a peaceful resolution, if possible?
A peaceful resolution. Do you think these people are capable of peace? They came
Well, if
to my home, killed my family, and settled on the land that we protected for millennia.
No, I mean, that's all those things are horrible. And I can understand why you think they're unforgivable, but you must, I don't know if you are a leader, but if you have any kind of leadership instincts, you must know that
No, all my leaders are
it's
dead.
always better to try to find a, well, that's horrible, I'm sorry. But it's been a very long time. If you saw the city that they've been able to build, it's not what it once was. They're not people that want to fight and kill you. They are civilized. They've built a very happy place. A place that you could possibly, you and your family could live in if there was an arrangement made.
My family? There are 3 of us left. 2 have been sealed in front of you. Their minds stolen, gone. I am the last of my people.
And I can't say how bad I feel for that. That is horrible. I have lost loved ones as well. I know the feeling, and it tears you apart. If you allow me, I would like to just speak with this man behind us and find some way we can work this out. Some way they can make it up to you. Some way they can find a way to try to make those steps towards earning your forgiveness.
She reaches out and touches your chest, right in the center of your chest, and you start to feel something very invasive flood into your mind, as if someone was probing, checking, seeking through your mind, and you see Ogden pop up, you see Anders pop up, even Camden rocking back and forth. You see images of Zuna and her husband and Trust yelling at the uncast fox man. You see images of Pup throwing honey all over the place, and you see memories of Cornelia running across the battlefield, then making a 90-degree turn once she saw a chest, grabbing everything inside of it, and then running off. You see images of Dresden training you in the beginning, images of Eva and images of Kelwise fishing for you guys, all hanging out on the beach after you had just escaped, and all those things, and she kind of pulls her hand back from your chest.
You're right, mate.
And she walks
Our
over
turn.
to the red crystal on the ground and puts her hand on it. And you see her start to suck that red light out. And then it's all just sitting a ball in her hand. And you get the sense that this is just some kind of profound amount of energy and power right in her hand. And she just kind of
Makes me less comfortable.
closes it, and red steam starts to come out of her hand as you start to see all the spirits around you on the island stop. Their
Okay.
swords and spears dropping from their hands, turning into a dust. As they look up, and then just start to slowly fade away. And you see
He's
again,
Good, right?
she has these tears just coming out of her eyes.
I
So
give
you
a
have a hard
very,
decision for
very, I give a very, very deep bow. Thank you.
How did he do that?
I thought she was gonna do that before he interjected. I'm not sure. She seemed on the way though. I don't know.
So there's
what's
hell
happening.
isn't raining down on us anymore?
It seems to not, and then you see that big dome of light.
Yeah, I know one old
The
elf
archivist
who's
was
gonna
holding
be
up,
pretty
and
happy.
that whole thing just disappears.
All right. So that leaves the other crystals.
Is there a way we can help her friends without us getting all killed and stuff again?
I mean, I think if she's here, she can probably, help break those things open. Question is, what are the underlying ramifications for the city? I think there's just 3 of them. She seems nice.
I
She
mean-
starts to walk over to the other crystals and puts her hand on
Here
the
we go.
first one.
See?
Wait, what
Not
about the
making a
cursed?
decision
What about the
is a
cursed
decision in
thingies?
itself.
What about the cursed thingies? I'm just like yelling at her.
Well, you gotta
She
know. You
looks-
gotta touch her arm.
How close is she?
She's
She
all the
walked
way
over to
there.
the crystal.
Can I like run and just like I want to just like hold her hand, my tiny little
Okay,
yeah,
you
my
take
tiny
her
little, like-
hand, and she, holding her hand on the crystal, you start to hear the sounds of something laughing, dark laughter, maniacal laughter, screaming as if there was a being thrashing about, smashing all the sides of the confines of this crystal all at once, just in there, mind blasted, gone, screaming. And then she takes her hand off and shoo, the silence happens. And she looks into your eyes. Again, that look of sorrow. I think they're gone. Their mind is no longer their own.
I'm really sorry to hear that. It's not very nice being on your own. I know myself a lot about that. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I've been alone for a very long time. Just kind of looking around.
Well, I mean, you can hang out with us if you want.
Yeah.
She kind of looks up at you.
We're a bit of a mishmash.
Hope you like fish.
Fish.
Just
Oh, he's real good at fishing. I think he's just trying to contribute.
Fishing. I see. I didn't understand the word that he said. We were pretty good fishermen ourselves back in the day.
Oh, well, you get along real nice with him. His name is Kelwise.
Kelwise. Well, if it wouldn't be too much of a burden. Seems I have nothing left here, and I'm the last
There's
of my
no
kind.
way. There's no way you could be more of a burden than that guy. And I point at Fitz.
Who's
Probably
still
entangled in
like,
webs.
webs off of himself. Yeah. Oh, yes. Sorry about everything, really. I'm so sorry.
Doesn't really sound like it was your fault much.
no way.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Sorry. Chopped you in almost half.
Yeah, and as you're saying these things, she's still just... Are you still touching her? Did you just follow her around?
I was like, are we all touching her?
Dresden's just
holding her
walking around.
hand.
Yeah.
Wait,
okay.
as I'm
following
holding her
her
hand,
Just a chain of people.
as I'm holding her hands, can I just cast Cure Wounds on her?
Oh.
Yeah, you cure her in that. You see
Wait, you've been able to do that this whole time?
flesh kind of.
You wanted. You looked like you really wanted to feel like you were doing
the
something.
flesh kind of sews itself up. And
That's fucking
she
glorious.
smiles, and then she gives you a big, big hug, and it seems to last a very, very long time, and it's strange because it's not like it's a very heavy hug. You feel the majority of her weight on your body as just somebody who's been holding it together for way too long. Now using you as a crutch.
a good sign.
And you hear in your head, I would love the company if I could be allowed to go with you.
We'd be happy to have yous.
Yeah.
Yes.
I fear my family here, the last two, their minds are not their own. It would be ill-advised to release them from these
Yeah,
confines.
well, I mean, when you came out, you weren't too hot to trot either.
And I'm
Yeah, but
afraid
she's-
I am leagues less skilled in the arts of warfare than the other two.
So we got lucky. That's what you're telling me. Hey, you chose the right tree, Thorgan. Good job, shithead.
Thargan's been kind of. You see, he's kind of in his own world, just still staring at the sky. Very introspective look on his face.
Okay, well, yeah, you did just see like 1,000 generations of your parents just dissolve. Okay, sorry.
In peace.
Yeah, in peace. And I just go and help Fitz get out of the stupid webs.
And hope by
Tristan,
the way, hopefully.
Tristan, look what happened to my rapier! And he shows
Yeah.
you, and it's like melted. It's like bent, almost at a 90-degree angle. Look what that woman did! This was a gift from the Eden Boughs. The Eden Boughs!
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
I'll get you another one, Fitz.
Yeah, you'll
Get me another one. You'll get me another gift from one of the princely houses.
I just
Of
take some
course.
of the bandages and I shove them in his mouth.
Blah, blah, blah.
I mean,
Um,
Trust's still carrying one of the Rasmus or one of the Edenbow seeds, so I'm sure they'll do us a
that's
favor and give you a
true.
new rapier.
Thief, heart thief, stealing whatever you want from the emotions of young men and boys.
What?
You owe me
This is
a new
oddly
rapier.
venomous.
Trust, you owe me.
All right. Don't get your knickers in a twist. I would like to. Am I still? I'm assuming we're just like cuddling. I'm gonna ask her like in her telepathic speak what her name is. She hasn't given us her name yet. Oh no, she has.
Wait, you gave it to
I'm sorry.
Rez.
It was
Eric
She
Karate.
Eric Karate.
Era Karate.
It's two. It's Eric.
Erica Roddy.
Erica Roddy. Okay. Erica Roddy.
Well, also, Erica, I wanted to say that hopefully one day, we can come back here and try to find a way to undo the horrible mental strain done to your family here.
Oi,
Someday,
their friend has got something going on that we're trying to fix. Maybe whatever fixes Camden will fix Erica's friends.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah,
That's not a bad idea.
secretly, I think that guy's just gonna kill Camden, but don't tell him that.
What you
Yeah.
mean Kelwise's brother?
No, the mages, the
Oh,
wizard,
Yeah.
wizard and jerk.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I definitely believe it was just like, do my errands, and then just come back, oh yeah, here's the spell, and just kill him. Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
It's pretty
You're
much.
probably right.
I mean, I love the guy, but
Oh,
he's
we could-
currently being tortured by dying all the time.
Yep.
So it's like once, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't.
we could ask
day.
the archivist. He's a snooty elf as well. Maybe he could tell us the proper
Good
way
point.
to speak to the magus.
Well, or
Yes.
we could just ask him what Camden's going through, right?
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, that works too.
Great
yeah.
idea.
I think we've got a little bit of, we got some brownie points for stopping that. He couldn't stop that.
Well, we also
technically he
did
was
start it,
physically,
kind
literally
of.
stopping it, but well, yeah. Well, no. Point at Thargan.
Yeah.
Introspective man over
Couldn't
there.
have
Did.
gotten here without us, though.
True.
By the way, speaking of Thargan, I'm gonna walk over to Thargan. So, what does this mean?
What do you mean? What does this mean?
what does all this mean for your city that you were born and raised in?
Well, it means the wards holding my family into eternal damnation have been lifted.
Thargan, I really, really appreciate what you're trying to do here. I lost family too, and I wanted to free them one day as well. But you lied to us. And now we have no idea what's happening back in your city. There could be... I don't know what the Vow Keeper's situation is. I don't know what that means when you break a vow. Do you?
I don't. All I know is when I broke the vow, those that were meant to protect Ardgarad were then given to the forces trying to destroy Ardgarad.
Yeah, I mean, I think what just happened is what happens when you break a vow.
But I think that there's got to be some kind of other backlash because the Vow Keeper
what's
did a
coming
very...
after?
Yeah, the Vow Keeper did some kind of spell that gave your family an advancement in some way. And then now it's broken, so-
The backlash was that whole army came to kill us.
Yeah, if
That was
this,
the souls.
they did the
The
vow
oath
with the
we
vow
made.
keeper.
The oath we made sealed
Like rebound.
the last 3 of the Ardgaradi here. And when that vow was broken, they were released. Or at least one was released.
I want to believe you,
And
mate, but
given
like
all
on the
the
way here, we asked you
powers-
several times. What does all this stuff mean? And you were like, I have no idea. The archives have no ledger that says what exactly is going. So
Well,
it's hard
I
for me to
had
believe you. I'm sorry.
I had no idea. But as I was unconscious near the confluence, I had visions from past lives.
There you go.
Oh,
It seems the original 3 who damned their families, well, instead of serving out their terms of eternity, it seems they put their minds into the confluence.
oh, God. Oh, wow.
They are cowards who took an easy way out while damning their families to an eternity of servitude.
Oh. Yeah, that's a shitty move.
Wait, so the peoples that made the vow, they got out of it. That's what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
like that.
But then everyone else became a starfish for forever and had a lonely dance once a year. Super creepy. Oh,
It's just
shitty.
protecting against the Agorati. These 3 left. What
If I could get my
damage could they
hands-
do to
Well,
Agorad
nothing now,
just being
'cause-
3?
Because we've got friends.
How much
With
damage?
Well,
You
we
lost an
trapped
eye,
them.
and there's just one of them. What do you mean? What could they do?
Did you see the power?
Mean.
She welded.
I mean, it did just happen, so maybe be a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
And
like
the
it's a
whole time,
processing- there's a
Cornelia, you see
processing
Cornelia's
time.
just got a giant, gaping, fleshy hole where her
Oh,
eye
God.
was. It's just this
hell,
black,
how
dark
many-
blackness.
I've been helping with that. I'm fetching
yeah, let's-
bandages or
cool.
something.
Just gonna
Yeah.
see if I can
Yeah.
just clean that up a little. Save the eye.
Can I
Is
look
there- is
for
there
my
any saving
eye?
eye?
No, your
You
eye
can,
was
but you gotta do it with
pierced.
disadvantage.
Your eye was pierced with a spike. One of the teeth literally punctured your eye and split it in half.
Okay, yeah.
So
Yeah, I
you're
can't-
saying it's not around?
I don't think it's still,
Well, it is
still in there.
around.
I can.
Literally.
I've got another cure wounds if you need
Yeah.
it. Or does
I don't-
Kelwise have some?
Yes.
I really, it's just, if it can make me look prettier, that'd be great. Otherwise, I don't need it for my hit points.
Resit
Mhm.
could probably paint you a nice
Mhm.
eye.
Yeah, just
Oh,
keep it
boy.
closed. He'll paint one on. No one will ever know.
Yeah, I think you're gonna be
Okay.
patched up, friend.
Yeah, now,
How
seeing
cool
all
do I
this, you look really cool. You look.
Is that the right one?
Super, super cool.
Maybe we should just go back to the archivist and talk and rest, because this is. Yeah.
Right? It's not great.
It's not great.
I mean, you're
It's not
alive, so you got that going. But yeah, unless you guys can cure wounds just like you did to the lady, you want to try on an eyeball?
Yeah, I can do
I'll
it.
give it a shot.
Okay.
Oh, you can
go
both
for
do
it.
this now. We're
Yeah.
even just waiting for it. I
Yeah.
see.
Just like
Their powers combined.
for like roughly 20 episodes now.
Grow me a new eye.
Well, maybe do
I
it.
use cure wounds all
These-
the time. So
These
does
healing
cure
kits
wands.
cost money.
Otherwise, I
and
don't
it's-
need it
Um,
if it's.
Cure wounds
So,
cost me a
you
spell
cast-
slot. So
You
what?
cast Cure Wounds on Cornelia, and most of what her wounds suture up and close, but unfortunately, her eye doesn't grow back.
Yeah,
In fact,
as I
Yeah.
figured.
yeah, in fact, her eye seems to almost, what was left of it seems to ooze out of the socket, cleansing
Wait.
its curse.
Yeah, Eunice is socket's
No.
clean now, so we got that. Hey, Rez, come here for a sec. I just like wrap a bandage around her face. I need you to draw a really nice eye on this, like.
What's the matter, Rezik? Is it bad?
No, and I'm like getting super like pale, like I'm just like, no, you're fine. And then I'll just start like
Make it-
crying, and
Yeah, make it real pretty.
oh god,
She's got this.
it's so
Yeah.
bad.
And through his like crying, it's like not nice.
Like a
at
5-year-old
all.
drew an eye.
Yeah. It's just the letter I.
Did
Boo
you
this
see
man.
that? Her eye went like.
Yeah, she can hear you. She's
I
right there.
hear you.
I'm sorry. I'm
Her ears
sorry.
are still
Blind,
there.
not deaf.
Okay, say it now. No, it's okay.
Yeah, no, it's super gross.
We'll,
I
we'll,
mean,
we'll take you to one of those healers, like they did for me. Hopefully, they can do something about it. Oh God. Okay.
yeah, and barring
Can we
that,
go
we'll
back to
just
the
get
Archivist
this
and-
sweet,
and-
sweet eye patch.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. And I'll do a better job. Yeah, never mind. Should we go back to the Archivist and just rest and talk about this? Or...
Oh, yeah, rest would be real nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, the
Still
archivist
got-
is gonna love her.
acid on my chest.
As we
Yeah,
walk
Emma.
back too, I want to make sure
In
I'm
your
like
chest.
talking to our new crew member about the cost and the guild for joining Cornelia Co.
I'm just gonna show
And,
Cornelia.
Union
You-
dues
No.
when they're due.
You talk to
Shut
her,
No.
and it seems like the idea of coins in that kind of commerce is foreign to her.
It's okay. We'll take it out of your pay. It'll be fine.
Yeah, and she just like the
I
concept
just glare
of
at Cornelia.
pay and currency just seems to be. She asks lots of questions along the way, trying to understand, like an earnest attempt to understand. It's just a hard concept for her.
I'm picturing her right now walking, and like Cornelia and I each like holding a hand, like walking along
Yeah.
beside her.
Yeah.
Like
Filling her in.
every fifth step, Cornelia trips on something.
So Erica, when we stopped killing each other every day for fun, we decided to invent this thing called commerce, and that required a currency. And because of that, we had to make gold and all these different coins. Anyway, it's long story short. Here we are now.
Currency.
It's not a great place to be. You know,
Yeah.
bartering, trading. You're probably more familiar with that. But yeah, now we have these little guys, and I hold up a coin. We
But
use these
thankfully,
for
It
For
isn't
things.
fiat currency because that's a whole nother level. We won't go there.
Yeah, how'd you live
Hmm.
before without currency? What did you
With our
do?
tribe shared
Just trade,
all we had.
just shared.
Mm.
We were
Be
not
nice.
large, mind you. There was 24 of us at our height.
And you fought a whole army?
Well, we used to have the magics of the old ways
Mm.
that helped us.
Mhm.
Creatures. We are not strong by ourselves, but we use nature and those around us
Oh, sorry.
in conjunction. You see, we all work together.
Happening.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're all touching her so we can talk to her.
Oh, okay.
But we're trying not to
Get
be
it
like,
now.
you know,
Please. And she
all on
takes
top of her.
2 hands and she asks you to hold hands with each other.
Oh,
Sure.
It is.
I was
It's like a
wondering.
chain.
Okay.
Rezik,
Aw.
that's you got a hangnail, buddy.
Is there a
Oh,
way
right.
for us to learn your language, or is this the only way to communicate?
Language. We don't have a spoken language.
Oh, that's neat.
Okay.
It's gonna bring us closer together.
So, do you have to
Sure
touch to
is.
talk?
Papa's gonna love this.
You're gonna
Yeah.
need one of those like 8 people bicycles where you all face one another.
Yeah.
Circle.
Do you do like hand movements? Like,
Sign language.
Well,
No, it's just this, bud, all the time.
my people
Winks.
could
Can you read
communicate
lips?
without touch with each other, but I fear it is a much harder connection with those who are not Adgarati.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, we'll experiment.
I
We
bet
got
Pup will
string.
be able to
right?
figure it out.
Yeah. Or you could learn common. I heard you make grunts before. Do you have ears?
She seems to have ears, yeah.
Yeah.
Behind those giant, almost fin-like protrusions.
Common's crazy easy. Everybody knows it, apparently.
it's pretty common.
Yeah, and you guys make it back. You guys wandering through the jungle. You make it back, and you see the archivist in a foul mood, and you notice
Oh,
that
this is gonna
humming,
make him happy.
Yeah, he's
the
gonna be great.
humming sound, that
Oh,
crackling,
we're all holding hands.
gone.
We'll have to see the
It seems like the confluence has disappeared somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not good.
And he's sitting on the ground, and you hear,
Oh,
you
that's
hear just
surprising.
from before you even see him, you hear him screaming out, "Blighted wood on your family!"
Hey, Cornelia.
Yeah.
Sweet berry wine.
I'm gonna go give him some sweet. Oh, you want some?
Oh,
You're gonna go.
Yeah,
you go give it. You
give it.
We're all
do it.
gonna
I
need
mean,
some.
you do it. You do it.
Damn it.
Not it.
Like walk up.
Yeah, he likes
just
Dresden. He likes Dresden.
Just-
Go ahead and he likes to.
Put it down next to him. I'm like, oh, don't kill me, don't kill
He
me.
kind of
don't
like
kill
looks
me.
up at you.
Hey,
I trust it was successful.
yeah.
Still
But
alive.
your confluence is gone.
And he
Sorry
grabs the
about that.
cup and just down.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, hi, yep.
It
Bring
looks
him.
like the confluence has left.
Yeah.
We have moved
That's-
to the next phase.
I'm assuming you don't know where that is yet.
I have not a clue. But I'm sure
You-
I'll have fun spending the next 250 years trying to find out.
Well, I mean, you spent 3 as Bart, so, you know, it'll probably fly by.
Like nothing for you.
You have
You're
a
an
point
elf,
there.
right? Like it's fine,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
Yeah,
I'm an
it's a fun
elf.
adventure.
I have looked for the confluence 3 times.
Oh,
How long did you have it this last time? Before Bart?
A few hundred years?
Okay. Well, at least you got more than Bart out of it.
Yes. Many minds.
You're
But yeah,
not
that's
so old.
Well, I promised you I would get you off this island, correct?
Yeah, hey, we got a sort of a +1. Oh, also some
there's a thing
questions.
happening. Yep.
And he looks up
This
at
might make
Erica.
up for the confluence thing.
Or not.
An Adgarati.
Yeah.
I have not seen
One
one
of-
in many years.
Yeah, one of the 3.
Many or like thousands?
What? No, I knew a few. Many,
Oh.
many years ago. Maybe 400 or 500 years ago.
Not in Agorod? Like, are there more other
Well,
places?
they used to live where Adgarod is. Yet
Well,
the
right,
humans
yeah, we established that.
and other races.
Very,
them and took their
very
lands.
arrogant. Steal the
Where did
land
they
and
come
then keep the name.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, you know,
it's not
Yeah.
the first time.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up. That's
probably
that's
won't be
pretty
the
bad.
last either.
It's not the first time the lower races have done such. It is kind of their purview.
Let's call us the shorter races,
The shorter races.
right? Yeah, because
Yeah,
we just
like
don't
Shorter
live as
lifespan,
long.
right?
Like
Yeah.
my height.
The short-lived
Oh.
races. We'll call them.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just
Yes.
lower, implies a caste system, and we fought a war. We don't want to do that again.
Well, it's
I mean, I
inevitable.
personally don't.
It's inevitable that a war will occur again between the elves and
You
the
think?
other races. Well, it has never not happened.
So, okay, so like,
You give
So
it
there's
enough
a
time.
possibility.
Just go for a little walk with me, though. It's like one of those things, like, if you meet assholes all day long, like, you might be the asshole. You know what I mean? If
Yeah,
you
what's
meet
the
nothing but
common
assholes-
denominator?
Yeah.
Well, I
Elves and
suppose-
all of the
We
other
might-
races.
suppose-
We might be a
If
little off
you-
topic.
When
You know,
you
this is an
murdered
aside.
and you killed all of the humans, the elves would not be forced to ever go to war with them again.
See, I see what you're doing there, and I think it's funny, but don't get ideas, please.
Well, what about this? Her name's Erica.
Yep.
Karate.
Erica Roddy.
Yeah, you said there were more Agorods that moved somewhere else, or there's no more? They were all trapped. Now there's only 3. Or do you think there's some with some
I
blood?
haven't seen any
Some
in hundreds of years, so if she
When-
says there's
when
only
did-
3 left.
When did the crystal thing happen? Roughly.
Like 400 years ago.
Oh, we're talking about the same thing. Yeah, okay. Sorry to get your hopes up, Karate.
You're stuck with us.
Yeah.
And she
no,
says into
she's-
your head, she puts her hand on you. As
Okay.
you're telling her this, she says, we can sense our kin.
Ah.
There is no more.
Yeah, just the 2 cuckoo birds.
Well, I wouldn't even
Well.
consider them alive any longer.
Oof. Double bad. All right. Well,
Archivist, you've been around for a very, very long time. What do you make out of all of this? It's kind of a tough situation for us. We're kind of stuck in the middle of this. I mean, we feel bad for her for sure, but also we feel bad because there's people that are innocent back in the city. What do you think of all this?
What do you mean? What do I
Well,
think of this?
yeah, he always
Are
poses
you
those like
asking
really
me-
open-ended questions. I don't know.
About the morality of what was done.
Yes?
Look,
Is that a question?
the living races are horrible. You've done horrible things to each other since time began, and I should not think it would stop here. The only
No, you're not
amazing
wrong.
thing that happened was that she did not slaughter all of you where you stand, including all those in Adgarat, using the power she was given.
Well,
That is truly amazing.
yeah, that's why we're like crew now.
Wait, she, she, right, okay.
Yeah.
Looks like she not only gave that up, but cut her source. No longer capable of touching the old magics.
Hmm. Hey, what was with the brooch though? Brooch.
Brooch.
Yeah,
Brooch.
brooch.
That was like the thing the dark forces, they sold them souls to.
Is that what that was?
And Thargan kind of pulls up that cape that it was on and hands it to him. And instantly he like almost hisses and backs away from this thing.
Hmm.
What is this? Where did you find it?
It was on her.
It's an elf cucumber.
This is a
It's
very,
crazy.
very dangerous artifact. With powers far beyond.
Yeah, we know.
I must take this to the elves for safekeeping.
Okay.
Great.
No,
Yeah.
what
You
is
see
it?
him kind of
Yeah.
take it, lays it up, and he
Wait.
puts it like in this container, this small container, and then
Okay.
puts it in a small space that seems too small, but it somehow fits inside this small satchel.
So he's just gonna take that?
You're gonna learn the handy stuff like that. I mean, what are we gonna do with it?
We might be able to figure out what to do with it, but
We're not selling it. Anyone that wants that, it's gonna be awful. Plus,
Yeah.
he needs it so he can exterminate us all one day.
there's more than one interdimensional
human
being
knights, but yeah.
demon after us. So I don't know. Maybe just thinking about the future, but okay, yeah, that's fine.
I
We
feel
just give
like
it to the
that-
elves. They can have that
This-
and have the
this-
scrying spell that makes us invisible and have all the fun stuff. It's fine.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: it's like I think where it's like a punch card, right? We keep giving him shit, and then like when it comes time to kill all the people that aren't elves, we're
We
like,
think
nah.
they'll
Kill-wise.
recognize any
Kill-wise.
kind of, yeah.
Probably not
This-
gonna have a memory of that.
This cape has a will of its
That's why
own.
we have the cards.
The master who who created this cape, Kelwise, would dominate your mind and steal your soul from your conscious being. You would lose all autonomy.
Sounds
You
bad.
would cease to exist. Should you put this cape on, you would disappear. It would dominate.
So what are you
your
gonna do with
soul.
it?
They punch your
I'm going
card.
to store it away, far, far away, where no one can ever wear it or get to it again.
I mean,
destroy
that's actually
it?
not a bad idea, though. Go ahead,
Yeah,
sorry, Cornelia.
destroy it.
Yeah, I mean, if it was that bad, I'd probably want to destroy it then. I mean,
Do you know how
realistically
to
speaking,
destroy something this powerful?
I don't know, I was gonna burn it.
Burn it.
Yeah, is that not the option? It's a cape.
Well,
Probably gonna burn.
this would not burn, unfortunately. And you had noticed that where that heat metal was on that brooch, it doesn't seem like this cape, even though the cape looks ragged and worn, there was no burn marks, nothing.
No.
On it.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. Second best thing to burning, you put it in a box, and you put the box at the bottom of a lake.
Well,
The ocean.
then it would.
Or an
That's way
ocean.
better than a lake.
Well, but
Ocean's
then
way
the-
better than a lake.
If it calls
Volcano.
out, it might call out to a new master.
Okay, well, if it's sitting in a storage container somewhere in the elves' land, is it not going to do the same thing? Or is that
Well,
just
if it's properly
protected?
warded?
Kelwise, this man
If
pulled a
it's properly
star out of the
warded.
sky. I think they'll be able to handle whatever comes their way.
forgive
I
me
mean-
for not knowing? I mean, I don't know.
Well,
Just
I
trying
don't
No,
to-
know.
You
I
raise good
don't blame
points.
you at all. I mean, I always
Kelwise.
question this as well, but I mean, I think this is too much for us to handle, honestly.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm not sleeping next to that thing. I already got one that talks.
Yeah, but I think what Dresden was saying actually makes sense. If you could, we
Did
did
everyone
do
hear
a
that?
favor for the elves in the
Everyone hear
past. Yes,
Make
you
a note.
for once. But if you could, we've done the elves a favor in the past by giving them a really
That's the
powerful
bad
item.
debater.
Could you maybe mention that we gave you this one too, just so we kind of have like, we're simpatico.
Just brownie points so they mark a name down on it and remember us when they go
Cornelia
kill all
Co.
of humanity. Yeah,
Friendly with the elves.
Cornelia Co.
Can
Cornelia
you
Co.
ask for brownie
A
points?
friend
Not like
of the
negate
elves.
The whole thing.
Yeah. Say basically half of us are elves or something.
Like honorary.
Yeah.
Well, I
Do we
cannot
bear wine?
We
I
had
cannot
their
speak
Yeah,
biscuits.
more
for
yes.
my brethren, but
You guys are just.
you have done me a favor, and I will remember.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
he's doing it.
if you
we're good.
have you met my brethren? I doubt they would pique any interest in them at all.
Okay. So we're like tight now, right? Can I call you Archie?
You can call me whatever you want.
Come on. Archie.
In the morning,
Right.
I will be prepared
All right. Well,
to take us to Odgarod. Now,
Thank
everyone
you.
must be fully rested and have your wits about you. The path there is not going to be what you'd expect. It will move fast.
long
and
before.
we will go. but,
Walking and boats.
Well, we will be taking a special path there.
I think he's talking about flu powder.
Unfortunately, we are stuck on this island. Without a way off. Well,
Yeah, there isn't even a confluence here now.
so I will take us through the lost ways
Oh, that sounds
in the realm
I'm
of
gonna
the
go to bed.
Hollowed King.
Ways.
right
Alright.
now. What?
That's
Hollow
perfect.
King.
Can we not just build a boat I mean, I'm much more comfortable with boats. They're physical, they're tangible, they have sails. We can navigate.
Yeah, but think of the
that-
stories, man. Think of like we're going the lost ways, the paths of the Hollowed King. Is that what it was?
Yeah, but then I'm gonna tell my friends later, not you guys because you'll be there, but other friends that I'll know later. And I'll be like, yeah, and then we took the lost ways, and they'll be like, is that like a boat? And I'll have to say, no, it's not. It's not like a boat at all.
That's
fact,
our
Well, you don't know yet.
boat.
It's
You don't
very
know yet.
different. Okay,
You don't know. There could be a boat in
Apologies.
these lost ways.
that's true. There could be. We might sail through them.
Yeah, let's sail through them.
Are they dangerous?
It is incredibly dangerous if you don't know how to traverse it. But
Okay,
I will
more or
I will keep us safe.
okay, but on a scale of super safe peanut butter sandwich to like 50 million tiny walruses fighting one another, and you have to run over their corpses while two giant squid women scream.
Let's say, without me guiding you, it
well.
would be infinitely more disastrous than 1,000 walruses. But you
Right.
have me with you,
Small walrus.
so do not worry.
Okay, so we just won't lose you, and then we'll be fine. We don't have a history of things like that ever happening.
Do you still have that rope? Can we
Yeah.
can we just
Yes, I'm
tie
already
it now?
tying it.
I'm already tying it like harnesses.
Yeah.
To all of us, just
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. mhm.
Lost ways.
you guys.
King
I
of
don't
the
have
Under
any
forever.
weapons. I only have a knife.
You have that
Well-
dagger, that really cool dagger, right?
Yeah,
That's
Fitz only
enough?
has Fitz only has a
Really?
Look,
like
if
a-
you
a
need,
marshmallow.
if you find yourself in need of using that dagger in the realm of the Hollowed King, it's already too late.
Yeah, it's probably just to kill ourselves, right?
It would be preferable to the
Yeah,
things that
he-
happen there.
he gets me. He gets
I will
me.
see you all in the morning.
Great. Sounds super fun.
Oh,
I'm gonna sleep
okay.
great.
All right.
Can't wait.
Good night.
I'm gonna
Wood.
take first
And-
watch because I
and-
can't sleep.
You see the archivist start to paint a giant with chalks and stones and moving dirt. He makes this giant crest into the ground that takes many, many hours. Very, very specifically patterned. And there's markings and runes on it, but in a language you've never seen before. None of you have ever seen anything like this.
I might just go over while it's happening and just be like, hey, I'm pretty good, at drawing if you need any help. Just saying.
You do not know the old scripts, so
course.
unfortunately,
Of course.
this is a tight, guarded secret of the elves. So unfortunately, I cannot
Of course.
divulge its secrets to you. But
Yes.
feel free to scribble down as much as you think might help you.
I mean, if that's okay with you, I don't want to presume.
Sure. It will be
Sure,
no
yeah,
use
okay, sure.
should you not speak the old
We've
tongues.
broken him.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Yeah, and you guys get a good rest. You wake up in the morning and this crest seems completed, with small stones on either side, very expensive looking gems in 5 different points around this this big ornate looking crest. And he greets you all. It doesn't look like he's slept at all this night.
Come on.
Morning.
Morning.
What do I have to do to get rid of my exhaustion? What?
Just a long
Special
rest. A long rest will
Oh.
give
Yeah, you're
you
good.
1 level of exhaustion back. So
Got it.
you should be good.
And then what do I have to do to get my eye back?
Well, there's a donation below if anyone wants to donate
donation.
to Cornelia. We're trying to hit $10 million on the stream.
Get her a real
by the way,
nice
Cornelia
eye.
gets her eye back for the low
Mod's gonna
price.
have to draw you a new character.
That's true.
Or just add an eye patch.
So yeah, he builds this whole thing. It seems like he's up waiting for you, contemplating, flipping through some books he has on him.
By the way, in the morning, I had taken some time and I did a better job drawing that eye for you, Cornelia. So sorry about the crappy one. And then
so
I'll
there's like
bring
one
coffee
scribbled
and some
out, and then
snacks
above
to
it, there's like a nicer eye drawn.
But I also brought coffee and some snacks to the archivist as well. Hey, good morning. Yeah, here you go. Thank you for all.
I would like to take some early morning
you.
breakfast time to practice jumping onto Pup's shoulders.
Okay, yeah, you practice this. Roll a d20.
Just doing cheerleader practice.
And it seems like you try it, but Pup is like super Pup this morning, and they're just running around going crazy to the point where it's like almost pointless to try and
Did you give Pup coffee, Rez?
They wanted to try some.
No.
Okay.
Absolutely
so no
not.
coffee for Pup.
Yeah. Pup is like wired,
Gotcha.
running
Okay.
up and down trees all around.
Next time we just give them muddy water, okay?
Are you prepared?
Well, probably not, but sure.
Ready
Karate.
to ever be?
How's Karate doing?
She seems more at ease, still a little pensive every time she moves with you guys, but she seems ready to go, as ready as she's going to be.
Cornelia, if you put your mage hand on Erica, can she speak to you?
I don't know. I'm gonna go put my normal hand on her and tell her I'm gonna try something,
Okay.
and then back up and then put my mage hand on her and see if I can hear her or talk to her.
You put your mage hand on her, and it doesn't seem to have the same connection.
And I'm gonna send Trust a message so no one else hears because it's fun. No.
Oh yeah, you can do that too.
What is she wearing?
She isn't wearing anything.
Great.
How tall is she?
Running around.
She's about 5
Yeah,
feet.
how come?
Things
5
dangling.
feet.
Kate's gonna be so excited we have a new friend.
And she doesn't have
Yes.
she doesn't have what you'd say like a female. She has a much more like similar to a feminine form, but it's not exactly the same.
Yeah, it's very like the shape
like,
of water-esque kind of.
unpack
That fish person.
my black suit and orange jacket. I'm like, do you you wanna?
Or my gold dress. I'm gonna offer my golden dress.
Yeah, like
too.
everyone just. Oh my god.
Give her extra clothes.
Here, you want a green vest and a top hat?
What does she
Bring a
pick?
nice red pantsuit that's not gonna fit you.
I have another
We-
cloak
yeah.
too. I can give her.
Thank you, but my,
Yeah, it's
and she puts her hand on one of you and says,
Oh, everyone
"My
hold up.
people, we don't wear these things."
Oh, well, I'm just saying if we go to town, it might be useful.
Oh,
Times have changed a little bit. And we all wear clothes now. We'll just put it that way.
Depends. Do you want to be
Well-
seen or blend in, or what do you prefer?
well,
Maybe you can make a
I suppose I would like to blend in somewhat.
Yeah.
And you're saying this to her,
All
but
of
her,
these outfits
her
are like.
skin
And
just glimmering with those giant fins on her head.
Yeah,
It
so
would be
maybe
like
the more
nearly
we
impossible.
cover,
And her hair, huge, goes down past her lower back. Just this huge, almost mane of hair going
at least
down
covers
in
up the
all kind of
backside.
curls. Yeah.
All right, well, we're just at when there's options.
This will help you blend in.
Yeah, at the very least maybe a cloak or something.
It'll help. Yeah.
Yeah. Coffee?
Don't worry.
Oh, you
I'll just
prepared.
I'll just
be good.
I'll lead the way at all times with my music and charm everyone as we go, and they'll never even notice.
You want to be quiet. when we enter
Well,
here.
no, not there.
That's gonna be hard.
I know. I'm just giving you full warnings. You want to stick close together.
Oh.
You want to be quiet.
That's out the rope.
Get the ropes.
And
Mm.
if you lose yourself, stay put. Do not move around.
We're all gonna be tied
Hold on
together.
tighter to Pup.
Yes, you will see what I mean when we enter in. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
How long is this expected to take? Just wondering.
Well,
Just curious.
You got a
it'll
hot
be
date?
Few days. Their time.
Few days.
Nary-
Who's there?
Nary a few moments will pass here.
Oh.
Oh, that's great.
Oh.
It's a lot faster than a boat.
Yeah.
Yes, but time will still move for you. You
Oh,
will
yeah.
still age.
Yeah. So it won't be your birthday for forever. Copy.
Mm.
All right.
Are
Well,
you prepared?
I guess.
He holds up his
Friends.
hand, and then this huge area completely goes silent. You don't hear the trees. You don't hear anything. He's cast this giant globe of silence all around you. You see his lips moving, saying something, hands spread forward, and you start to feel this rumble coming from the ground when this yellow-brown rift seems to almost tear through the space in front of you. Those crystals all around seems to be absorbed, turning to dust, flowing into this portal slowly. And he motions all of you to go in. And he holds up something in his hand, this ball all around you, and you feel something, a tingling almost. Rezik, you would feel a pull from deep inside you, almost an emptiness. Trust, the same as any kind of magical energies around you seem to be muted. There seems to be this source of anti-magic all around you as he walks through this portal, motioning you to come in. And that's where we're going to pick up next week.
Yeesh.
Walk into this portal.
Man.
All right. Well,
Man,
no one
did
died.
it.
Cornelia maybe lost an eye.
Almost.
Maybe? So there's a chance.
We got to meet
Cornelia
got to
maybe
meet
lost
Eric
an eye.
Karate, my new favorite
Eric
person.
Karate, yeah.
Eric Karate. Amazing.
That was so hilarious.
So, Helleyes is missing a finger. Cornelia's missing an eye. Fitz is missing
Maybe.
an arm.
Yeah,
Who else
you-
is missing bits?
Camden's missing his everything.
His brain.
Yeah.
Sanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wait, guys. It'll happen to you.
I know. I'm like, oh god, we've got an arm, a finger, and an eye. What am I gonna lose?
Yeah, you had your throat injured that one time. That was really scary.
yeah.
That
Yeah, that was really scary.
Yeah, that should have been a lingering injury, and I messed it up.
Ha ha.
You should have lost
Oh,
your voice
well.
permanently.
No.
Good
I'm
lord.
just kidding. Can you imagine? That would be the worst.
That
All
was
right.
so-
There we
that
go.
was so
Who needs
bad.
eyes anyways?
Annoying
Yes.
campaign.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, we are gonna go. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Please take care of yourselves and take care of each other this week, at least until next week, and then we'll tell you that again. And then you continue to do that, and up, and so on and so forth. We are MinusOneCHarisma, the second best Dungeons & Dragons stream on the internet. We are gonna say goodnight, and we will see you next time. Thank you again.
Good night.
Good night.
Adios.
Nerd things.
Nerds.